Hello, wonderful people of the internet. Welcome back to another episode of Simuleo. So today, I did a few small-scale changes from yesterday's stream. The big thing is that I actually am using a different microphone stand right now, so that when we transition between the workout scenes and the non-workout scenes, like the normal programming streams, there isn't like the weird, like kind of microphone, like clipping and stuff like that was happening last time. So that's one quick change. Outside of that, I'm actually really excited to get back to streaming. There's a few things that I want to do now, and we'll get to later on in streams. So I'm going to go ahead and open up a new terminal, open up Zernal PP. I'm going to be honest, I'm going to be really bad at typing because the microphone is obscuring not only some of the monitor, but also some of my keyboard. I probably should have thought of that. Okay, anyway, we'll see how this goes. Move this over there, move that over there, and let's talk about what we're going to do today. So the first thing I actually want to do in the first hour is actually transition from Julia 1.5 to 1.6. The truth is I actually want to do some quick testing just to make sure that Julia 1.6 is faster in the precompile department, and then we can go from there. After that, which should be in the second hour, we're going to move back into the Swoleos routine, EIOS, where we're going to work on two different things. The first of which is going to be basically sorting, or rather selecting, the exercise that we want to work on, exercise, and then the other one is just going to be basically creating the exercises that we need. So yesterday we went through and we found out basically what the structure should be for each exercise in like some sort of data frame format. And now the next thing we need to do is kind of like put all of the exercises into that format. So I don't know how to put this, but kind of like populate exercises. Now, I've been thinking about this a lot recently. Okay, so just to kind of continue a conversation before getting really heavy into stream and moving from Julia 1.5 to 1.6, I actually want to talk a little bit about the content that I've been putting out on both my YouTube channel and on Twitch. I've been talking about it a lot recently because, I feel like you always need to keep evolving, right? You have to keep taking your content wherever it's at and making it better, right? And I really do feel like the recent algorithm archive chapters are way better than the previous algorithm archive chapters. Like, I'm getting better at doing that. You can also say that I am probably getting better at, editing videos. If you look at the videos I just most recently edited, the affine transformation one and the Computus videos, both of them were pretty well edited. They worked pretty well. Now, I will say that the content itself was something that I feel like people are not clicking on. And now, I'm not saying that everything that I should be, 100% with the intention of going viral. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that I need to start doing things that are maybe a bit more approachable to more people than just, the audience that I have been accruing up to this point. I mean, like my last video, I think only has like 5,000 views on it, which 5,000 views is a lot of views. But it's nowhere near what it needs to be in order to turn this into a sustainable project. So in thinking about that, I've been trying to think of different ways in which we can market the algorithms that we already have in the archive, and also the algorithms that we're doing right now. So for example, the Swoleo stuff, how do I actually turn that into a video? So what I was thinking of, and it's something that I do kind of want to hear your guys' opinion on before continuing, I was thinking about doing a weekend workout stream, where basically Swoleos will choose the next exercise, but obviously the way this works is it can scale in difficulty between 1 and 10. So you guys as users can, still do your +1 push-ups as you can still do. But you can also increase the difficulty. You can, increase difficulty, and shuffle difficulty and shuffle exercises. Shuffle. So, for example, you could shuffle to make it so instead of doing squats next, we could just do another random shuffle and select another leg exercise. The other thing that you guys could do is shuffle between different groups. So, if we were going to be doing a leg exercise next, we switch that up and you could shuffle into an ab exercise or something like that. I do want to keep it somewhat random, but I was thinking the idea would be that, between the two of us, me and you guys, we could do a relatively good workout for a relatively long period of time. And it would also be a way of beta testing, the Soleos program, just to make sure it works, it's doing what we want it to do. And I think it'd be just kind of a fun exercise to do. Exercise. I think it's just fun to do with everyone. So I was thinking maybe over the weekend, maybe on Saturday or Sunday, probably on Saturday, if we can get everything done. We just kind of beta test everything, and we just go on just chatting for a bit, or maybe fitness or whatever, and we just allow Twitch chat to select the workout routine. And I think that might be what we do, what I want to try. Hey, MRS, how are you? I hope you're having a great day. Let me go ahead and get a quick sip of water. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I feel like doing, again, a weekend workout where you guys have the ability to influence the Soleos program, but not directly select, like, this is the next exercise, right? I think that's a good idea, because if you can scale the difficulty, there's a maximum difficulty of 10, right? So, at most, it is humanly possible to finish the workout, even if you scale it all the way up to 10. The other thing I was thinking about doing is giving myself 3 strikes, and basically just having the stream continue until I hit 3 strikes. And the way the strikes would work is, if I'm unable to finish one of these 5-minute exercises in 5 minutes, then I get a strike, and if I get 3 of them, the stream ends or something like that. My internship is getting interesting. Oh, super. I'm excited to hear that. I know, at least for me, I had one internship in the summer after I finished my undergraduate that it was interesting enough, but it wasn't as interesting as I would have wished it could have been. Humanly possible is pretty hard. I think that's kind of the point of beta testing it as well. I'm kind of trying to see, if, for example, we might accidentally say, do 300 squats in 5 minutes. Well, that's doable, but that's quite hard. Is that humanly possible? Probably. But is it... So basically, if I can do rank 10, probably we need to make it harder. But if it seems absolutely impossible for me to do rank 10, probably maybe we could drop it down a little bit. So that's kind of what I was shooting for with that. So that's kind of the idea behind the Saturday workouts. We just kind of jump in. Twitch chat would kind of influence, I suppose, influence the Soleos program with either bits or channel points. Obviously, channel points is a preferred method, but if someone just comes in and they don't have channel points, they could still do something with bits. So that was kind of the idea with that. Anyway, so that's as far as I want to go for now on that topic. We'll talk about it more in an hour. Now I actually want to do some quick discussions about Julia 1.6. So let me go ahead and do that right now. Julia Lang. This is going to be really hard. I can't see. Oh, man. Okay, this is going to be interesting. So I think Julia 1.6 just came out, so I can download Julia 1.6, and I just want to try it. See what happens, So I'm just going to grab the generic, or should we build it? No, I'm going to grab the generic one. And we're going to do 64-bit. I don't know what this is. Most Linux users should use glibc binaries. Oh, I see. Okay, so this is probably what we want. This one right here. So let's go ahead and download this. Sure. Yep, it's downloaded. And let's just mess around with it a bit. So we're going to cd into bin. Actually, cd into builds. ls here. I think I already have a Julia version here, but I'm going to create a new one. So let's go ahead and move. Hello. Move. Oh, I suck. Julia. Wait, what was it called? It was called Julia. Oh, it's in downloads. Downloads, then Julia. 1.6. And we're going to move that here, and then run tar xvzf Julia 1.6. There we go. And then once it's out, we're going to just mess around with it a bit. You're going to test the whole new version a whole day after it's been released? I thought you were a fan of Julia. I thought it was... Wait, no, it was just released, I thought it was just released, an hour ago. March 24th. What day is it today, Cal? Is it March 25th? Okay, maybe. I was told by my roommate that it just came out an hour ago, or 2 hours ago, or something like that. Sorry, my bad. Okay, so let's go ahead and ls here, cd into Julia 1.6. ls here, cd into bin, ls, and let's just run Julia. Okay, so the big thing that they say they fixed with Julia 1.6 is the precompile times. So I'm just going to run Julia over here as well. So a Julia 1.5. I'm over here. I'm going to just do using. Actually, let me just do at time using plots. Add plots. Give that a second, and we're going to give it a go. And again, they say that precompile times are way faster in Julia 1.6, but we'll see what it looks like. It's apparently downloading all of Qt, which is not ideal, but that's okay. Give it some more time, doing GR now. Thanks for the push-up, Emrys. I went ahead and added it. It looks spiffier. I guess. I don't know why it's downloading FFmpeg. Like, I already have FFmpeg. Maybe it meant like... Maybe he meant it like we say a couple of things to mean. Well, no, he literally was like, yay, Julia 1.6 is out, like an hour ago. And he's like one of the main Julia developers, so... let's see. Give it a second. It's now finishing the build for plots. And then we can just do at time... Actually, we can do that. Well, let's do it over here first. At time using plots. And we're just going to give it a second to see how long it takes. And then we're going to do the same over there in Julia 1.6 when it's done. This won't be exactly an apples-to-apples comparison. Well, now it will be. At time plots. Well, okay, let's just let the terminal on the left finish, and then we'll go ahead and do the one on the middle. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, apparently precompile times are way, way faster in Julia 1.6. That's about all I know. So, yeah, anyway, I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. I hope everything's going okay. Hey, Jeffter, how are you? So yeah, we're just gonna give this a second. See, this is the problem with using Julia on stream. Like, you always have to wait for precompile times, and it's fine. Like, it's okay. It's just that, you know, adding push-up, another push-up. I should be at 4 push-ups now, which is, you know, nothing. It's fine. Actually, I had 2 push-ups from last time that I just didn't redeem. So, that's actually why I started a little bit late today, just so we could keep the push-up counter intact. Okay, still waiting for precompile. Give it a little bit more time. I'm just hoping that the Julia 1.6 like blows this out of the water and that it's flat out faster, you know. Yeah, Julia, it's a programming language. If you guys don't know what Julia is, let me just go ahead and pop it up over here. So we go to, you know, the number one thing that people look at when they're looking for Julia is Julia benchmarks. Oh gosh, come on. And the idea is that Julia is, you know, can we open the image? No, let's just say Julia is roughly as fast as C, you know, within a factor of 2, but is relatively as easy, as expressive as Python. So here's Julia, it's, you know, here's 10 to the 0. It's, you know, pretty good in terms of its scaling all over. Here's Rust, again, it's slightly closer to C, so C is 10 to the 0, so we're all kind of aligning ourselves to C. Rust is close. Go is good for most things, but it's kind of has an outlier over here. Then you have Fortran. MATLAB is one of those things that's good at like 1 or 2 things, but then it just gets really bad as you go further out. In some things, it's better than Rust. In most things, it's about on par. It's basically equivalent to Rust. F 2017-068011. Thank you so much for following. Really appreciate it. But yeah, it's relatively in the same. It's in the same ballpark as Rust. That's what it is. As it is in the same ballpark as C. Its main competitor is probably Fortran, and it does do relatively better than Fortran in most things. But yeah, that's kind of its target demographic. Okay, so this took 95 seconds. Now we're going to at time using plots over here. So the biggest drawback to Julia is the precompile time. That took 2 seconds. One second. Java's okay, right? It's got a spread, but Julia, I think, in general beats out Java for most things. Again, we're talking about straight number crunching here. Like, obviously, we're not talking about like the applications of the programming languages. Let me just do Control D here, Control D here, and let's just try that again because I don't know if I necessarily believe that. At time using plots. Give it a second. Okay, it's taking more than 2. It took 2 seconds. Okay, let's do it again over here. At time using plots. No way. That's slick. Oh, but that time only took 5 seconds. Okay, that's fine. I don't know why this one only took 5 seconds this time. No, I used to live in Japan. Where does it say I still live in Japan? I thought I fixed that. Japan. Where does it say that? Oh, it says that on GitHub. I might not have fixed my GitHub. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. It's fine. Yeah, I did my PhD in Japan. I don't know why I was on Twitter. So actually, I will be moving back to Japan in the summer. Basically, as soon as I get a vaccine, I'll hopefully be moving back to Okinawa for a few months before moving to Barcelona in the spring, fall, that season, fall. Just because, honestly, there is no reason for it. It's just like, that's what's happening. Which means actually for people who are interested, I will probably not be streaming too much in the month of June, because that's when I'll be moving to Okinawa again, and I won't be streaming too much in the month of September, because that's when I'll probably be moving to Barcelona. So again, I'm just giving myself time to figure that stuff out. Cool. Okay, so let's set Julia 1.6 as the default. I'm going to do this really quick so you guys can't see me do it. And let me just go to my bashrc file. I'm telling you what I'm doing, but I don't want to open my bashrc file on stream. I'm going to do the same thing for Julia 1.6 as I did for 1.4. And so I think if I do this and I change that, write and quit, pwd, one second. I will have a separate command for Julia 1.6 as I do for just Julia. 0, write and quit. Now I should be able to go back. So now you guys should be able to see me again if I source bashrc. And then we do Julia 1.6. We should get, yeah, here's our Julia 1.6. So we can mess around with it without kind of ruining our current setup. So that means we have Julia 1.4 available if we need it, 1.5 for most things, and then 1.6, which should be available in the Arch repos soon, I would imagine. In fact, let me see what happens if I just do sudo pacman -syy and see what's available. Sudo pacman -s Julia. It's still on 1.5, but I assume it will be updated eventually. They're usually pretty quick about the Arch repos and stuff like that. But yeah, there we have the Julia precompiled times. That's about what I was expecting. So now let's go ahead and just do no there. CD project, CD projects, Swoleos. Hello. There we go. And then Swoleos here. And then Control D, CD projects, Swoleos, CD into Swoleos over here. Julia -- project. And now we're basically ready to start development on the Swoleos project. So let's go ahead and annotate where we are, what we want to do with it, kind of the intentions behind it, and all of that kind of stuff. And again, guys, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, ideas, anything like that, feel free to let me know. I honestly thought that this would take a bit longer than it did. So there is that. Let me get a little bit more water. Chat is a little bit quiet today, so again, if you guys want to talk about anything should be fine. So anyway, recently, what I have been trying to figure out, or what I've been doing, is trying to find ways in order to kind of engage more people with both my YouTube content and my Twitch stream. Although, that said, I'm gonna be honest, this whole project that we're working on right now is kind of independent of that thrust. But what I will say is that in general, I am trying to find ways to kind of engage more people in general. The Twitch stream, again, I kind of took 2 months off, but now I'm back. But at least with the YouTube channel, I've been thinking of ways in order to engage more people. And of course, we do have the algorithm archive, which is a wonderful place for you to go and just learn about algorithms. For those of you guys who might be new and might not know, the algorithm archive is a basically place where we're hoping to put as many algorithms as we can in as many languages as possible together into a single book. So here's, for example, a chapter on iterated function systems where we discuss how they work and everything. And if you get to a code block, you can switch between a bunch of programming languages here. Same with like convolutions, and here's Monte Carlo. It's all kind of available in the same framework. So you can switch between languages as you see fit. And that's kind of the idea, right? Like we want to have as many algorithms as possible here and available for people to kind of look at and use as they please. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to getting people engaged with algorithms and getting excited about learning algorithms, that's actually significantly harder than just writing and talking about algorithms. So, of course, I do have my YouTube channel, youtube.com. I think if I just go to here, that is my community tab. One second, let me go to my channel, which should be here. This is, of course, a place where I put all my videos, but again, like, we're not, my most viewed video has a couple million views, I think, most popular, but then it quickly tapers off, like, here's 3.6 million, and then we have, like, 364,000, about 300,000, 200,000, 200,000, and it just drops off from there. And so what I'm really trying to do is find ways in order to just really engage people and get them excited about, maybe not learning algorithms, but about something that is algorithms adjacent, something that they'll learn about, and then they're like, actually, I'm kind of interested in how this is done or how this is done, and it will enable people to kind of take that extra step and start learning something on the side. And since we do have the ability to kind of teach relatively technical things here on the Algorithm Archive, it kind of makes sense to have the YouTube channel and the Twitch stream kind of be where people come to, talk about tech and stuff like that, but also to just watch things that are somewhat entertaining. For example, if you go to Mark Rober's YouTube channel, it's not all about engineering, it's about the cool stuff they did with engineering. And so, in some sense, even though I personally don't usually find applications of algorithms too exciting, I do know that a lot of people do find applications of algorithms pretty exciting. So, things that we have come up with recently are, of course, Quiltify, which sounds weird, but hear me out. This is just a way to basically turn any image into a quilt, and I've already done that. I have the quilt ready to go. I just have to sew it up. I know that sounds really weird, but it's also like something that I think will engage a lot of people. Like, quilting is actually relatively popular, and it's something I've been wanting to do for a while. It's one of those quirky things. Flamify, which is a way to turn any image into a set of fractals, which I think is also really cool. We're going to be moving on to that next. Your YouTube videos have very good and fine explanations. I appreciate that. Actually, I personally think that my YouTube videos are pretty good, but of course I'm really biased, I don't find applications too exciting. Of course not. You're a scientist. Right? That's the thing, right? Like, I'm super interested in algorithms, but then when you talk about applications of algorithms, I'm like, yeah, who cares? Like, this is just that, or this is just that. I don't, like, if you give me two implementations of the same thing, I'm like, but this is just that. Like, why do I care about that? And it's like, of course, like, we could be talking about, like, supernova remnant plasmas, which are apparently really cool to a lot of people. Or we could be talking about, like, I don't know, parallelism in supercomputers, and like, for most people, I'd imagine the supernovas are probably more important or more interesting than the supercomputers. But for me, I like the supercomputers. So, that's where I'm at. Did anyone give me a push-up? No. Okay, no one has given me a push-up. I should not have said that. No, someone's going to give me a push-up. Anyway, so these two are just kind of ways to take images, things that we see, and turn them into other things. Then I started really thinking about other applications, things that I thought would be rather interesting. And one thing that I thought people don't do very often is the intersection between algorithms and... Oh, geez, give me a second here, guys. I cannot. Athletics. Oh no, athletics. Thanks for the push-up. I'll go ahead and add that to the counter. And so, in the realm of things where we put algorithms together with athletics, we have, for example, the pathfinding of the optimal jogging route. Finding. We have this idea of interval training, which turned into Swoleo. So I'm just going to say interval training. Training your daily life. So this is a way to take something that is athletic and putting it into your daily coding life to make that more effective. There were a couple other things that I had here, but I don't remember them. I have them written down somewhere. Yeah, actually, what was the other one? I mentioned it before. But there's actually a few here, like, dot. And there's a few of them that I don't want to say on Twitch because actually it's really, really cool. It's the first time I've ever had an idea that I'm actually afraid of being scooped on. So I don't want that to happen. It's impossible to happen. Like, honestly, that particular project will cost like $20,000 to do. It's insane. But it's such a cool project and I feel like I have to do it. But in order to get to the point where I feel comfortable doing that, I really do need to make sure that my YouTube channel, my online content is moving in a direction where I feel like it's worth the investment to spend that money on that particular topic. So we have a bunch of these ideas of kind of combining algorithms and athletics. The reason I'm talking about this in such a kind of, broad overview type of way is that I'm actually interested to hear your guys' opinion. Like, if there is something that you feel like maybe we should try something like this or do something else, or like if there's some weird thing that you wanted to do that is vaguely computer science related, but you haven't really figured out how to put the pieces together, that's kind of the stuff that I'm looking to do. So like something weird, something out of left field, something that, you don't think people have come up with, but you haven't really had the time to look into it. That's the type of stuff that I'm looking for in particular. Okay, so let's start talking about the interval training bit, because that's kind of what we're talking about today. So here's the idea. Every hour on the hour. Okay, journal new page before. So for those of you guys who don't know what interval training is, I know I'm kind of rambling a bit, and I do apologize for that. But for those of you guys who don't know what interval training is, the idea is, you're trying to become a better athlete, whether that be runner or swimmer or push-upper or whatever it's going to be. And so what you do is you create a set, an exercise that you're going to do for a certain amount of time. So for example, if you can do a 50 freestyle in 30 seconds, you might say, okay, you're going to do 8 50 freestyles on 45 seconds or something. This was actually, I think, exactly what I did this morning. Like this morning, this is part of my swimming routine. I think I did 4 25s, 4 50s, 4 100s, and 4 200s on, I think it was 20, 45, 130, and 3 minutes must have been. What? No, there's no way it was 3 minutes. Oh no, it was probably 3 minutes. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, this is what I was doing. So that was my set this morning. But yeah, I regularly do this type of interval training. And so my thought was, how about we do interval training, but in real life? Like, instead of making it so, we're just training for swimming, we're actually training for like just getting work done. And so the idea is at the top of the hour, every hour, I'm going to do some sort of exercise. So, the exercise could be squats, it could be push-ups, it could be pull-ups, it could be anything. But the point is you do an exercise for 5 minutes before getting back to working on something else. So you'll do like a 5-minute, 5-minute squats or something, and then you go back to working on something. And the idea is within those 5 minutes, while you're working on squats, while you're doing your exercise, you're kind of thinking about what goals you can get done in the next hour, for the next interval, right? So it's like 5-minute workout, another interval, and if you finish the interval before the end of the hour, that's fine. You can take a 15-minute break, and then you can move on to the next topic. I'm a lousy push-upper. I can only do 3 sets of 16 reps per workout session. Honestly, I suck at push-ups as well. So that's kind of why I specifically, it is kind of a meme. For every error, you do another push-up. I get that it's a meme. But also, I specifically did want to do push-ups because I really do suck at push-ups. And if I can do any other exercise, I would. Like, I just don't like doing push-ups. So because of that, having people incentivize me to do push-ups is something that I feel has helped me move forward a little bit. Like, it's helped me do a workout that I wouldn't normally do. And again, that brings me back to the topic that we were talking about at the start of stream, where I was considering maybe on Saturday coming back and doing a just chatting stream or something like that, where we allow the users to Twitch, you guys on Twitch, to spend either channel points or bits, if you so desire, to influence the workout set that we're going to do. Thanks for the push-up. I'll go ahead and add that to the queue. And we'll be doing it in about 15 minutes. So I don't know if that's interesting for you guys, but I was thinking, having a workout that's like dictated by Twitch chat would be kind of cool. And I was looking around, and there weren't really too many streamers. Here, I'll show you. So like, let's go here and let's go to Twitch. And if I just go to browse, and you go to just chatting, I guess that's fine. And you scroll down, you don't see too many people doing workouts really. I mean, you have this person that's like 10 subs for 10 squats. And then I think earlier I saw some other people doing a workout, like 1 or 2. And I know there's like a separate fitness section and everything. But for the most part, you don't see too many people doing workouts. And I was like, having like a specifically like Twitch-based workout session would be maybe something people could be interested in. I don't know. It was something I was thinking about. Let me go back to my stream here. Move this over here. Mute. Perfect. I was introduced to Julia's language. Okay, I was introduced to Julia's language in my 4th semester during my bachelor's in science and physics. I'm now doing my last year's project related to quantum computing, and I have to work with Python algorithms. Please guide me what I should be to learn more about Python. What should be my learning process? I'm going to be honest, Python is a different beast entirely from Julia. I do realize that, a lot of people who know programming very well can easily switch between the languages. I feel like I can relatively easily switch between the languages, but I think that's generally not true. The biggest problem is that a lot of people write Python code in a very object-oriented way, which is very foreign to me as someone who writes a lot of scientific computing code and also a lot of Julia code, which is often not, in fact, almost never not object-oriented. So yeah, I think the biggest thing would just be to look up how to write object-oriented code, because I think that's how most people will write Python code. And I think after that, it should be relatively straightforward to transition between the two. I mean, the other thing is that most of the linear algebra libraries aren't in base. In Julia, you tend to pollute your namespace a lot more than you do in Python. So in Python, like for example, you'll say using NumPy, and then you'll say, NumPy dot pi or NumPy dot square root or something like that. Whereas in Julia, when you say using linear algebra, all these functions become globally available, and you can use them whenever you want. I think because I'm kind of about ready to start my next interval, because I'm kind of waiting to start, I'm going to go ahead and do the next set, the push-ups, and 5 minutes of something now, and then we'll move on to the next set, which will be getting the Swoleos program to work. Do you guys have any suggestions for what you want to do for the 5-minute exercises? We have been doing like squats, and I think we've done most exercises at this point. But if you have a suggestion for what exercise you want to do, feel free to let me know, and we can do that. Otherwise, I think I kind of want to do some bicycle crunches. I think that's where I'm at. So we might do a couple sets of 50 bicycle crunches or something. Maybe 3 sets of 50 bicycle crunches. That might be the 5-minute goal. Again, eventually we'll have Swoleos to give us the project or like the sets and everything, but right now we don't have it, so we're just kind of making it up as we go along. And I believe I have 6 push-ups to do. Yep, it looks like I have 6 push-ups. So I'll do those first. It doesn't look like we have any suggestions, so I'll go ahead and just do the bicycle crunches. Let me go ahead and get everything set up, and we can go from there. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up a music tab. Music. Yeah. Turn that off. Turn on electro swing. Yeah, sounds good. Bump up the music just a little bit. Turn to the workout screen. And we'll go ahead and get started. So it looks like I have 6 push-ups, and then we'll do some what was it? Bicycle crunches. Yep, give me a second. All right. Okay, so here's the hope. I have actually switched the microphone stand to be like, so that I'm always using the same microphone stand. The hope is that makes it so when I'm switching from this scene to the next scene, that it's not as like loud and like jumbly and stuff. So let me know if that's the case. If it's not the case, I still need to fix things a bit. So I'm just gonna pick this up, and I'm gonna move it around. I'm hoping, oh no, I screwed things up. I'm hoping it's fine. So I'm gonna move this down here, and then we should be good to go. Let me know if there was like a super loud noise or anything when I do that. Oh, you're down there. 1 second. Also, I need chat. Okay, so let me set chat up, and then we should be good to go. I'm looking at chat up there right now. And again, I think it's still 6 push-ups unless I missed something. 1 second. My stream manager. Yep, 6 push-ups, and then we go from there. Cool. Okay, let's go. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so now I think what we're gonna do is, where's my watch? So I kind of want to do some bicycle crunches. So I think this is what we're going to do next. I want to do a set of maybe 3 sets of 50 bicycle crunches. We should be able to keep it... Hello. We should be able to keep it on roughly 5 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and start the timer. And we should be able to go. Again, if anyone's following along at home, yeah, just 3 sets of bicycle crunches. We'll see how it goes. You don't have to do 150. Like, you can do as many as you feel like you're comfortable with. So it doesn't have to be 150. It could be, I don't know, even 20 is good. Whatever you feel like you want to do. Okay, so let's go. Okay, I'll set the timer. And we'll start in 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. So that took about 30 seconds. I think, unless I'm miscounting. For those of you guys who don't do bicycle crunches and don't know what they are, it's actually a relatively simple exercise. But I'm gonna be honest, the first time I did it, it was hard. So like, normal crunches, you just kind of go up, just like this. For bicycle crunches, the easiest way to do it is just go up and then just tilt over here on your side. But usually, when I do bicycle crunches, I go up just a little bit more, and I kind of like try to make sure my back is off the ground here, and then I go back down. So 1, 2, 3. I just make sure every time I lift my back up. And that's, I don't know, it's sometimes hard for people to do if they don't have strong abdominals, so be careful about that. Okay, so it's been about a minute rest since the last one. So we'll go again in about 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and again, it's another set of 50. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. Do you hear that? 31, 32, 33, 34, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. So, like no one's saying anything in chat, which is totally fine. Again, we're going to give ourselves maybe 45 seconds rest from now, so we'll start again on the top. But yeah, if you guys have anything to say, any comments, questions, concerns, feel free to let me know. Again, I'm still trying to see if maybe we want to do like an exercise thing this weekend. Like maybe on Saturday or something, we do, we just let like Twitch chat decide what exercises we do, and we just go like for however many hours you feel like everyone's comfortable with. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. In fact, in some sense, I kind of feel like that might be a bad idea considering I'm tired after doing just like 100 crunches. Anyway, we're going to go again in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 40 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, halfway. 6, 7, 8, 9, 20 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That was kind of a lot harder than I thought it would be. Again, guys, we're going to move back onto the regularly scheduled programming. If you have any exercises that you want to do for the next hour, or you want to add a push-up to my counter, feel free to do so. It's about 300 channel points, which is about the same as a follow, and I think we're good to go. So let's go ahead and get back to it. And again, let me know if there's like a lot of like weird microphone stuff going on. I tried to make it so you guys wouldn't hear as much stuff as we did yesterday, but it might still not be particularly great. So yeah, we'll see. Like, I think you can hear stuff right now with them moving the cords around. I'm gonna do this and that and this, and we'll get back to it. Whew. And I'm sure you heard that when I hit the desk. Okay, so let me go ahead and turn this music off, this music back on, and drop down this to something like that should be good. Drop the push-up counter down to, was it this that pushes it down? Drop that down to 0, and then I think I got +1, so now add it to 1. Okay, so we should be at 1 push-up. Avnitai said that would be awesome. Yeah, so if we can finish up the Swole Laos program, in principle, we could do like a super long workout this weekend, but we'll see. I'm not entirely sure. We'll see how it goes. In fact, I'm still kind of, like I said before, we're kind of just trying a bunch of things at that intersection between athletics and algorithms, which is a weird intersection because there isn't really that much in there. But again, like if this is an interesting side topic, a side area for people to kind of delve into, I'm more than happy to keep kind of, dropping into that and working with that as we go further. Okay, so again, guys, every 3 minutes, you guys are able to give me another push-up. So feel free to do that as much as you want. And we will now move on to the Swole Laos workout routine. Talk about what we need to do and where we need to go from there. So journal, new page before. Here's how the routine is currently set up. So we have 4 different categories that we can work with. We have legs, we have mobility, like stretching and stuff like that. And also, maybe jump roping, things that kind of, you have to move around to do. Then we have arms, and then we have core. So we've kind of split things up into these 4 groups. And the idea is that each of these guys have kind of like individual exercises inside of them. So taking core, for example, here's your box of core exercises. You're going to have like crunches, kind of like what we just did, planks. You're going to have different types of crunches as well that you could do. Maybe there's a lot of things that you could do, but obviously we just kind of, we have a list of exercises that we put in here. Now the question is, how do we choose between, legs, arms, mobility, and core every time step? And what we're going to do is we're going to provide each of these individual groups, core, arms, mobility, and legs, some sort of priority, similar to how you might do in a priority queue or priority scheduler. So priority. And then inside of each of these, we're also going to give a second priority. So basically, like for example, let's say we select crunches. Well, crunches then would have to be have the highest priority inside of the abs block or the core block. The highest priority inside of that block and the core block would have to have the highest priority within all of the different blocks. So for example, this block, this could have a priority of 10, 8, 6, 2, or something like that. I don't know. And then after the abs is chosen, this is going to drop down to 0. And this priority, which could have been 10 before, is also going to drop down to 0, meaning that planks are now going to be the most, like the thing with the highest priority, right? So for the sake of just kind of keeping everything together, I think all this is going to be is a heap. Maybe just a priority queue. I'm not really sure. But we'll kind of think about how we're going to implement that. QUE. With basically the set of exercises inside of it. And so we're going to have all of those exercises together. Adding another push-up. Thanks, Tredism. Appreciate that. And yeah, that's kind of the idea. We're just going to try to implement it and see how it works. I think we can maybe get a good working version of this priority selection done by the end of the hour before we move on to the next set. And again, guys, if you have an idea for what you want to do for the next set, whether that be squats, we just did something core related, so maybe something else, maybe arm related, or even maybe some stretching or something like that. We could, I could show you guys some stretches or something like that if you want. That would be something that we can do next hour. It's kind of up to you. In fact, I do kind of want to do some stretching. That might be what we do, but we'll see. So, and that's where we're at. So 1 second, let's go back over here and let me get some water. Okay, so we should be good to go. Let me go ahead and I think what I'm going to do here is Control D. And I'm just going to run Julia 1.6 double dash project. I think I need a source bash rc. Okay, now we're going to do it again. Perfect. Now if we do using Swoleos, we should have, see source, ls basically everything that we had already created into the selection .jl. So now we should just be able to modify this select set function. And so basically now we have a bunch of different data structures that we need to work with, and we have to figure out the best data structures that we need to use. But we already have the ability to select the repetitions within each set. So the idea would be like, for example, we would load in a data frame, and that data frame would be indicative of, all of the different sets for core exercises that we have. And then after we read in all of the sets for core exercises, we then can, for example, if we choose crunches, we say, okay, well, this means we need to do like 100 crunches in 5 minutes or something like that, and that's kind of what we're doing. So let's see if we can get the select set thing written or not. Cool. So what are we going to do? Let's go ahead and think about how heaps are implemented in Julia. Data structures and Julia, and see if we actually do want a heap or if we want a priority queue. So let's see. Also, not sure. Yeah, okay. I think I'm up to date on push-ups and stuff. Okay, so heaps are data structures that are efficiently maintain minimum or maximum for a set of data that may dynamically change. So let's just try to use a heap really quick in Julia. I've never actually used a heap before in Julia, so it's something that I'm going to be learning about as we go along. And we're just going to see where it goes. Okay. So we have mutable binary heap. We have alternative orderings, min-max heaps. Probably that's what we want. Okay, so this is where I need to learn a bit. But in principle, I do think this is what we want. So because it will basically keep like the element with the highest priority, and I think we just want to pop. So it removes the top value and returns it. And then we want to push it back on as the bottom element. So I think that's all we're going to want. We're going to want a heap of heaps. So probably this particular function for select set is going to read in our core set. Actually, what should it read in? It should probably already have an idea of what the data structures are. It probably just wants to read in the heap of heaps is probably what it wants. So my assumption is that these are already set. So maybe actually what we want is another function which is going to transform the data frames into heaps. So I'm just going to call it function heapify, and this is going to read in our core set, our mobility set, arm set, and our leg set. Okay, move down here and that. There we go. And yeah, so I think the easiest thing to do right now. Oh well, okay. Maybe we don't need a heap. Okay, let's learn about heaps first, and then we're gonna actually work with them. Okay, so we have a bunch of different types of heaps. Currently, both min-max versions of binary heap and mutable binary heap, type mutable binary heap, have been implemented. Okay, so we can construct these guys based off of an int, which is fine. Let's just kind of mess around. Let's just try binary max heap int and see what happens. Okay, yeah, actually, yeah, let's do it. Okay, so binary using add data structures. Okay. I misspelled add. My bad. I think that's an error, so I'll add one. And then, we're gonna give it a second to build the data structures and everything. Perfect. Okay. So now we should be able to do using data structures. There we go. Hey Fulster, how are you? How are your calves from yesterday? So now after using data structures, we're going to do, I guess, just, what was it? Min, max, what was it? Binary min, max heap. Binary max heap. And we're just going to read in an array here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if we pop this, I guess we're going to say heap is going to be equal to that. And if we pop, pop exclamation mark heap, we should see 4, right? Because that's the max. And we pop it again. We should 3, 2, 1. Okay, so that works as intended. So now the next thing is we need to figure out how to do this with like kind of special types and stuff like that. Sebastian, thank you so much for following. Really appreciate it. Type it feels good. Happy to hear that. I mean that's the best case scenario, right? Where you're a little bit sore the next day. Let me get some water. So what type are we actually reading in here? We're going to have the data frame itself, which is going to have, so we're going to have the data frame, which has all of the exercises associated with it. Totally fine. Not a big deal. Then we also need, what do we need? In addition to the data frame, I suppose we need just a dictionary with all of the different names associated with them and the priority. I mean, maybe we can just pass around data frame rows and give each data frame row a priority, and then give each, that's kind of ugly, isn't it? I mean, it could just be data frame with priority. It could just be a tuple of 2 objects, right? So it could be data frame with priority and data frame row with priority, and that might be what we do. That's not the ideal way to do it. I mean, there's probably a better way to do it. But again, we're going to be reading things in as a data frame, so let's go ahead and try that right now. So using data frames here. And now we should be able to do, what is it? Data frame CSV file. So probably want to do using CSV. Using CSV. And now we're going to try that again. So data frames here. So we have the core exercises. Give it just a second. Yep, give it a second. I've noticed that viewership is a bit low today, so now I'm a bit worried that if there's something wrong with my audio, feel free to let me know. I'm doing the best I can, but again, I changed the microphone setup, so there could be some small changes that I was not aware of before. But I think it's okay. But yeah, let me know if there's an issue. So, or do I have quality options? Maybe that could be another issue. 1 second. Audio's good? Thanks. Yeah, I do have quality. Okay, yeah, maybe it's just a day where people aren't here. That's okay. Totally fine. Not a big deal. Thanks, guys. But yeah, I hope everyone's having a great day. So we have these data frames. So let me try to see what happens if we read in, like here's going to be core set. And so we want, that's another error. Now we're going to do core set equals. Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. It's just that a lot of times when people aren't as popular, like people are not in chat, it could mean that there's something wrong with the stream and I don't catch it, you know. I just didn't get the notification for some reason. That's fair. Twitch notifications have been weird for me recently with the new app update. Oh, I didn't know there was a new app update. Why didn't I get it? Also, I need to do something really quick. I just realized that my app is still open on the side there and wasting battery. No, I'm all tied up in my cord. Oh, okay, I'm back. Jared DVV86, thank you so much for following. Really appreciate it. Okay, so I think we have this idea of a data frame. Oh man, my chair is so squeaky. Gosh darn it. Okay, so we have the idea of data frame. Now what I want to try to do is create a tuple with the data frame and something else. So we're going to do core set. Can I do core set with a priority or something like that? That did what? Oh, we still have the data frame, but this time it is with, okay, so how do I want to do this? So we have the data frames, the data frame rows available, right? And I kind of want to just pass in data frame rows because that was kind of the idea with the select reps, that we could just pass in a data frame row. So is there a way, you think, to basically make a tuple out of each of the data frame rows, and then mess around with that as a set of priorities? Because what we want is a heap. We want 2 heaps. One is for the internal core set, and then another is for all 4 sets put together, right? And we want to kind of update those priorities every selection. So every time we select set, in here we're going to do basically pop. We have a few steps in here. Oops, sorry. The first one is just going to be pop the top heap of exercise types. And then the next one's just going to be the top exercise in each type, and select a type. And then we have to just basically push both back in with priority 0. And then after that's done, we're just going to have to update all priorities in the heap. Which leads me to believe that probably we don't want to be using tuples, right? Because tuples I don't think you can update. So if we do a tuple here, we're just going to say t is equal to that. And then we do t of 1. We get the data frame. T of 2 gives us a 1. But we can't do t of 2 is equal to 2. That's not going to work. It's going to give us an error. Now, I don't know if I should add a push-up because of that one. But maybe I do, because I knew that error was going to come up. I'll give myself another push-up for that one. That's totally fine. Let me get some water. Okay, so we have that then. And yeah, so we know what we're going to do in the select set. Now we're at the heapify stage. So we just have to figure out how to turn these guys into heaps. And again, my initial idea was just to have a set of tuples, but I don't know if we want that. We probably just want array 2. So we want a heap, which is going to have a type in it, which is just going to be basically an array of any. I'm just writing this out. And then, no. It's going to be an array. No, it's going to be a heap of, no, it will be a heap of an array. 1 second. Of heaps. Which will be of type array. No, I'm still wrong. What is this data structure going to look like? 1 second. We will have the data frame itself. Here's the data frame, right? And this will be appended with its priority. Okay? And then each of these data frame rows will also be appended with a priority. So should we split this up into data frame rows first and then turn those into an array? Can we append a data frame row? Okay, what happens if we say, so we have core set. Okay, and let's do core set of 1 colon. Oh, come on, I can type. No, I can't. Apparently I can't. I just, 1 second. Nope. Try it again. Why? This microphone is really messing me up. My hand position is like slightly off because the microphone is moved over just slightly. So that's that. And so let me see what happens if I do this and that, and we put this into an array. I think that should be fine. And so now, yeah, we have 2 element vector of any. Great. So now what we want to do is we want to create a heap of all of these guys. So the ideal way to do this is just to do for I equals, 1 second, I think I have this. And we're going to actually make it with a priority of I, priority of 0.0. So we're going to do, we want an array of these guys. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. For I equals 1, 1 to size of core set. This might give me an error. Set, 1 second, of 1. Right, okay, well that's an error. Try this again. So core set for, I needed this to be that. Okay, this gives us a 3 element vector where each of the rows, okay, perfect. Is this the appropriate way to be using data frames? No, I'm pretty sure it's not. But this is how I'm going to use them. So you guys are just going to have to deal with that. 1 second. Cool. So again, guys, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, feel free to let me know, as I should be able to turn this into a heap. Now, the question is, how do heaps work when you, how do we make a heap that prioritizes based on a weird rule? That's my next question. So let me go ahead and, so I figured out how we create the arrays. That's fine. So we're gonna have to turn, I'm just gonna write this down over here. And then we're going to, I'm just gonna paste it down here. We're gonna use it in a second. It's not there yet, but we're getting there one step at a time. We have to slowly but surely build the code up. So the next question is, if we have a set of arrays, like 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, and we put these into a heap, how do we tell it that we want to prioritize, or we want to sort that heap based on the second value? Should probably add a priority column in the data frame, now that I think about it. Yeah, we could. Hey, that your fan, how are you? Wait, what was that? None? Like bread? Let's see. We could have had a priority. So the problem is, oh, can I just add a column to the... Maybe I can. How do I append something to the data frame? So I don't want it in the file. I don't want the priority to be something that people see in the file. Did somebody... I think I just got another push-up. Let me add the push-up to the queue. That puts me at 7 push-ups, I believe. So let's mess around with data frames really quick. Data frames dot Julia. How have you been, that your fan? I hope you're having a great time. Let's see, introductions, and let's see, adding a column. I think you're right. I think we want to add a column that's just a priority column, and then we sort everything based on that priority column. And I think that's the way to do it. That will solve so many problems. We're still going to have to do this for the heap of priority queues, but it solves the problem at least for the rows of the data frames. I'm just going to say column. And constructing column by column. Maybe that's what I want. Can I add a column? So let's see, it says push, constructing another table, constructing column by column. So we have dataframe.b is mff. Oh, this must be male, female. Okay, so if I just do dataframes.a, oh, so they created the data frame, and then they added the column. So in principle, what I can do is I can do core set dot, and I guess I can just do priority is going to be equal to, and what do? They set it as an array, so maybe 0.0, is that a column? 0.0, 0.0, and does that work? Okay, core set. Hey, that worked just fine. Wonderful. Every time something like that works, I'm both happy and sad at the same time. So the first thing we're going to do is add a priority column to the data frames. And this is very simple, apparently. It's just set core set. It doesn't matter what, but we're just going to do it. Priority is going to be equal to zeros for size of core set of 1. So I think that's what we're going to want to do. So we kind of have an idea of how we're going to do this, and this should just go 1. We're going to have to modify this. Let's think about how we're going to have to modify that one. We actually wanted to do core set. Let's come back to that one. Add all set types to heap. Okay. But it should be a heap of heaps, I guess. Wait 1 second. It was actually just that simple. Didn't expect that. 1 second. Okay. Did we get another push-up? I think we got another push-up. Thank you, Ito, for keeping up with the push-up count. Just to make sure I do at least 20 push-ups every hour. That's pretty good. Okay, so now the next thing is how do we have the heap sort based on priority? Can we have the heap sort based on... Wait a minute. So we have the priority in each row. No, yeah, we have the priority in each row. Can a heap work over... Can a heap work over data frames, or does it only work over arrays? I've got a feeling it doesn't work over... it doesn't work over data frames. It only works over arrays. It also looks like we can create... okay. what different types can we use a heap for? You can probably use a heap to sort the data frames directly based on their priorities with alternative sorting. Right, that's what I'm trying to figure out, how to do the alternative sorting. I've got a feeling that improved performance with float data, it's probably pretty easy. I'm just not sure. In the nicest way possible, it makes me feel better. I'm not the only one who doesn't know most optimal way to do things right away. Just for the record, I don't think anyone knows the optimal way to do things the first time. Like, if anyone... Okay, that's not true. No, that is true. I think the first time people encounter something new, they have no idea what's going on, right? If someone does know exactly what they're doing, it's probably because they encountered a similar problem before, and when they encountered the similar problem, they had the same situation, the same problem that I'm running into right now, and I'm sure people in chat are running into, where they don't really know what to do. So it looks like functions using heaps. Heaps can be used to extract largest or smallest elements in an array. I want to sort the heap based on I want to sort the heap based on something that's not just a number value. So we want base by last, order by second element only. Oh, what is this? So we using alternate ordering. Okay, this is I think what Amaris is saying. Yeah, alternate sorting. Heaps can also use alternate ordering. Give me a second, guys. I'm struggling. I'm Blue on Twitch. Thank you so much for following. Really appreciate it. Heaps can also use alternate orderings apart from the default ones defined by base.isLess. This is accomplished by passing in an instance of base.ordering as the first argument to the constructor. The top of the heap will then be the element that comes first according to this ordering. The following examples use two tuples to track the index of each element in the original array, but sorts only by the data value. Maybe that's what we should be doing? We should be sorting, like we should just hear me out. I'm trying to speak and I'm having trouble with it. We should be basically ordering only tuples. And these tuples act on the original data frame. I think that's what we want to do. Love your videos. I'm happy to hear that. We were actually just having a discussion not too long ago, like maybe 5-10 minutes ago, about how to improve the content that I'm currently putting out and stuff like that. People still don't know how to solve gaping security holes without changing the whole thing. Isn't that how you solve security holes? Like, I thought that, like, the best way to solve a security problem is to completely change everything so that people who understood the previous security holes no longer understand the new system, you know? One second, I keep getting a message and I have to respond to it really quick. Okay. And we're done. Kind of. In a way, you know, and it's done. One second. Okay. So what am I doing next? So security through obfuscation. Yeah. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep track of, that'd be security by obscurity, which is bad. Well, sure. Fair enough. That's correct. Okay. So we have collect, enumerate, foobar, baz. Fair enough. I see what that's doing. So that turns foobar and baz into right. So what I probably want to do, yeah, okay, I think I know what I want to do. I want to make it so over here, give me a second. We're going to want to do, I want to create an array of elements. Now, they have it here, so binary heap of data, and say first is h1, and the binary heap base dot by last, order by second element only. Let's just see what this does, because honestly, let's just see it in practice and see what it's actually outputting. So data is collect this, that creates foobar and baz, and then we're going to do h1 is binary heap on data. Okay, h1. Are you kidding me? I got an error from... come on. It's in the, like... It's in the documentation. Why do I have to add a push-up for that? Okay. No method mentioning binary heap. Max heap? Okay, that worked. Fair enough. So now what we want to do is binary max heap by... And we're going to do h2 here. Gosh darn it. Max in here. Okay, that's another push-up. I got it. I understand. As a supplementary measure is okay, but as the base of your security, that's even worse. Okay, I agree with, like, I obviously agree with you. I was kind of joking. But I 100% I agree with you. No method measuring binary heap where T, based on order. I just don't. How? What? How are we supposed to? Okay, let's just look at binary. Let's see what we have. Binary max heap, binary min heap. Let's do binary heap exists. So let's do methods, or question mark, binary heap. And it looks like data structures, binary heap, struct union all. That doesn't help. So methods, binary heap. Bam. Ah, for Pete's sake. Not an error. That's an error. Okay, another push-up. Binary heap ordering. Wait, it does take a base dot. What was our error before? Base dot ordering, base dot abstract vector, where T. Closest candidates are the following. Okay, well, let's try this here. And let's try removing the max. Oh, are you kidding me? Ah. The documentation is just like, fine. That's how people found undocumented OP codes by Intel CPUs that can completely rewrite the processor microarchitecture, but only in debug mode, which is not normally accessible by the user. Ah, right. Like, obviously I'm with you. Like, I agree. 1 second. Like, obviously I agree with you. It's just that, yeah, I agree. Okay, so let's just look at first of H1. This is going to be that one. First of H2 is going to be that one. Okay, that's fine because it's ordering along the second element. Okay, so let me create a... How do I do this? I guess it has to be an array of arrays. So let me try the following. 1, 2, 3... Ah, this isn't going to work. 1, 3, 2, 2, and then we're gonna do 3, comma 1. Sure. Okay, that'll do. We're gonna say array is equal to that. And then I think I should be able to do binary max heap on that. So let's do binary max heap on A. Okay, and then we do first. Oh, we're just gonna say H1 again. There, H1 is gonna be equal to that. Now we're gonna do first of H1. Come on, H1. There we go, and that'll be 3, 1. Sure, sorted based on the first one. So now we want to sort based on the second one, which will be binary heap based by last. And let's do H2 and let's do A. Okay, now if we do first of H2, we get 3, 1. Not what I was looking for. Since I'm in an internship for a cybersecurity company, those things seem to be becoming a pet peeve. Well, no, actually, I'm glad that you're here and you're talking about that, honestly. Also, I'm happy that you're learning a lot at the internship. You mentioned that you're enjoying it, and I'm happy to hear that you're enjoying it as well. Okay. That did not work the way I thought it would. Order by second element only. Hey, GD, how are you? Ikuzo. Ah, so. I got that one. Up. Fit. Is that fitness output? Fit. But that says push up. Oh, push up. Ah, so. Push up. Ah, so. Hi. We don't have 100 yet. We now have 12. But I think yesterday I think we did over 100 push-ups yesterday. So we were not able to order the binary heap based on the second row. Is that not 100? I thought that would be 100 count. My bad. So let's see. If I do no programming at this point, you guys can add 10 more push-ups, I think, at this rate. maybe 9. So you can put me over 21, but you guys have a 3-minute timer in between each time people can put on another push-up. So okay, so we have cache timing attacks on cryptographic implementations are brilliant. I know nothing about them, honestly. Cybersecurity is an area that I wish I knew more about, but I just don't. I thought about getting a certified ethical hacker certificate, but that was kind of about as far as I went with that. At some point, I just, people are interested in different things, right? Some people love game dev, some people don't love game dev. And I just kind of realized that a lot of the penetration testing was, I don't know, it was a lot of, in some sense, like, just trying to figure out someone else's specific architecture. And I was like, I just don't know if I like something that's so specific, That's how it felt to me when I was reading about it. But I could have been wrong. Of course, I'm pretty sure I was wrong. Okay. So what are we going to do next? So we have, what I want to do is figure out how to order this based on the second element. So what happens if I do, what is base by? By row. By. Okay, 1 second. Isn't that a point in a PhD more and more specific? I guess in some sense I know that you're right. But I feel like everything that I did has some sort of broader scope, right? Like it is very specific knowledge that I'm sure no one is going to care about. But at the same time, I feel like you can kind of lie to yourself and say that it's related to, like my stuff with superfluids, for example. I'm like, well, this is related to that in this way. It's related to, high performance computing in this way, which makes it interesting. It's related to, classical turbulence in this way, which makes it's interesting. You kind of, it's not like you're lying to yourself. You're just saying that, there are ways to make this interesting and you can sell it in that way, I knew basically squat about cache timing attacks. Last month. It's a good plan. However, there is an old axiom, jack of all trades, master of none. Yeah, that's fair. In some sense, I feel like that's kind of where I'm at right now. Like, I don't have anything specific that I feel like I'm actually good at. I feel like I'm just good at a bunch of little things that kind of add up into a story that doesn't really tell a cohesive narrative, But I figure a lot of people feel that way. And, probably those people are experts in their field as well. Okay, let me just mess around a little bit. I'm going to do methods of base.by, and let's see what we got here. Capital B. Okay. I'm gonna have to add a push-up for that. On the other hand, you make most people look like idiot children, so it doesn't really matter. I feel like that's not true. I feel like a lot of people overestimate specifically my intelligence, but I'm sure the intelligence of other people as well, and systematically underestimate their own intelligence. I suppose specifically people who watch this stream probably do that. I know a lot of other people who overestimate their intelligence by a large amount. But usually the people that overestimate their intelligence, I mean, they're shut down pretty quick. It's relatively easy to get people out of that Dunning-Kruger hole just by asking them probing questions, and then they get mad at you, and then they realize, actually, this person might have been correct. So let's see, based on order, I'm just trying to figure out how this works. I was hoping to order based on the second column of an array. Hey, Amaris. Oh, hey, Professor. How are you? How's everyone doing today? I'm doing okay. I hope you're doing great as well. Let's see. Okay, so what I'm trying to figure out is how to do this, how to create a heap that is sorted based on a second column, based on like the second column of an array or something like that. So we're going to collect, we enumerate data. I thought that's what this alternative ordering would be for, but apparently that's not exactly right. I'm relatively okay. Glad to hear you're fine. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Relatively okay, I think is about the best way to put it. Okay, so we have min-max heaps, binary min-max heaps, data and largest and smallest, improving performance with float data. None of this is exactly what I wanted. I think, I feel like using alternative ordering should be, but this particular example is not helping me at all. So, is not going to do 30 push-ups. I'm at 14 right now. Depending on the number of errors that I accrue in the next few minutes while I'm trying to figure out how to use heaps in Julia, we could add quite a few more. But we'll see. I think probably what we're going to do next hour is actually stretching. I haven't done stretching yet today. And then we can do another more rigorous exercise the hour after that. So I think that's probably what we'll do for the next top of the hour. Okay, what is going on? So we have base dot is less. Okay, so this only helps us with okay, so base dot ordering probably only has like, you know, like is less, is greater, or something like that. So base dot by last is not going to orders by the second element only. I'm gonna change the music because this is bothering me. Okay. No, but it worked when we did foo and baz. It just didn't work. Okay, maybe this is a problem. Let me look up the data. So here we have data, and it is a 3-element vector of tuples. Is that my problem? Does A need to be a vector of tuples instead of a vector of... One second. A vector of vectors. Okay, so now we're going to try H2. And now we're going to do first of H2. Still 3, 1. But let's try H1. It's going to be binary heap max. And then we first of H1. What was going on before? If we do this of data, and let's just do H3, so they're different names. And we do this of H4, and this is data. And now we do first of H1. Sorry, H3. We're going to get 3 in baz, but first of H4. These are clearly different. And if we look at data, foo, bar, baz. Yeah, so bar would be like... I don't understand. Let's look at A really quick. So A is 1, 2, 3, and 3, 2, 1. Am I dumb? No. Yes, I am, but not because of this. I'm doing fine. Let's see. I see it's a win-win from where I stand. You get stronger by realizing your mistakes by putting physical effort. Yeah, that's probably about right. Binary heap is probably a binary min heap. Right, but okay, here's the thing though. It works. So the sorting seems to work in the case of any's, right? But it doesn't seem to work in the case of just integers. And that's what I don't understand. I'm not comprehending why it does seem to sort appropriately by the last column in H4, but it doesn't seem to do it in H2 here. So, and it's the same call, I think, by last. So it seems to be the same call. So I don't understand why it's working in one call and it's not working in the other call. That's where I'm a bit concerned. Unless I'm just really dumb here. So 3 baz 2 bar. Try binary max heap ordering last. I tried that and I got an error, but I can try it again. But this will not count for the push-up total. Yeah, that gives me an error based by last. So, because I think it specifies forward ordering. So, I'm a bit confused. I don't really understand how to fix this issue. Of course, this is because I don't understand anything about data structures in Julia. That's probably my problem. So, let's see. I'm gonna do. Hey, M40, how are you? I hope you're having a great day. Did I add the push-up by MRS? MRS, did I add your push-up? I don't remember if I did or didn't. If I didn't, I can add another one. That's totally fine. Let's see. So did it... Okay, let me try something else. I'm going to change what A looks like. A right now is equal to this, and I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, and it's going to be 6, 5, 4, okay? So now I'm going to do H1 binary heap, and then H2 binary heap. That one does count. Dang it. Well, I just added another one, I think. Yeah, I just added another one. So, okay. So now if I look at first of H2, we get 3, 4. And if we look first of H1, it's also 3, 4. Dang. Why? So I'm going to try something else, and I'm going to try A is going to be equal to strings of 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and now we're going to do H2 is equal to that. And now if we do first of H2, it should be still 3, 4. Okay, so that doesn't, that's fine. Like, at least it's, you know, consistent now. But at the same time, we're like significantly far from understanding how to, like, you know, how to make this work. Or at least I'm significantly far. I don't know, maybe people in chat are just like withholding information from me, which is totally fine as well. Okay. So, 1 second. I just realized that my camera is, I think, slightly... I need to tilt it this way, I think. 1 second. I think I might have tilted it too far. No, actually, I went the wrong way. There we go. Perfect. Hello. Okay, great. Okay. I have no idea how to do this. So, let's see. Binary heap data, base.by last data, binary heap mutable, binary heap... I guess I'm just gonna look. Sort heap by second row Julia. Second column. See what we have. How does it sort a data frame by multiple columns in Julia? I'm gonna say, we could just do that. We could just sort the data frame. That's I just don't want to sort a data frame. Like, it's fine. I just wanted to use a heap because it's nice. You can just pop the top. We could just sort. Yeah, that's fine. But I don't want to. Like, that's like a last, like, that, I definitely don't want to do that. 1 second. So, 1 second. I'm waiting on something to load over here. Perfect. What are you building? We are building kind of like an exercise program. Okay, so data frame. But right now we're just trying to figure out how heaps work in Julia, and honestly, I'm just not doing a good job. So we've delete, update. Oh, this is fine. We have the first element. We have the pop element. It's fine. Like, all is fine. I just want to figure out how to sort based on a second column. Did I specifically write data frame? Sort heap by second column in Julia. You would think that people do this all the time. I would think that this is sorting of arrays, sort of matrix elements, sorting related functions, understand allocation behavior. Maybe that's what we do. Maybe we just sort. You know, maybe I don't like that solution at all, but maybe that's what we do. We just sort everything, and we just don't worry about it. If we can't. Okay, here's someone who, if we can't figure this out in the next 15 minutes, we're going to do the exercise, and then we're just going to do arrays and sort them, because I'm not going to spend too much longer on this. You know, we're just going to get it done. So let's see, we have data structures.compare. The changes to get this working were not as involved as expected. Here's how this works for heaps now. So we have data structures.compare, base.less than. So we have data structures.compare. That one, I might have to get that actually. Someone came to the door. So 1 second. Whoa. Okay, never mind. Not mine. Never mind. 1 second. That was not for me, because I needed to I got something in the mail that I'm supposed to ship off again, so they're supposed to, like, you know, come to my house and like pick up the package and stuff, but you know, I thought that's what it was, but it wasn't. We're using Julia for this. Okay. Hey Trash Talk, how are you? Okay, so what they're doing here is they have my struct and then my struct ordering. And then they have the compare is my struct underscore ordering. So it looks like what they're doing is they're saying they have the binary heap of their particular struct, and then their struct ordering. So how do they define their struct ordering? I did answer, but I was a bit late. Sorry about that. So let's see, my struct ordering is going to be base.ordering, and they do field orderings, and base.less than, field orderings, instruct orderings, field orderings. Oh gosh, why is that complicated? Why does this have to be complicated? Why is everything that I do like more complicated than I thought it would be? Let's see, datastructures.compare. I don't quite know the details why datastructures.compare equals base.lt doesn't work. Let's see, I did update to 1.6. Yeah. It's quite quick actually. It's the precompile times are a lot faster in Julia 1.6. I was surprised actually at how much faster they are. But so far the only thing I've been able to verify is that the precompile times are faster. I haven't really been able to look at anything else. So I don't know the new features. The package manager seemed to have a new overhaul, which seemed fun. But that was about as much as I could do, or as much as I looked at. So I don't quite know the details why datastructures.compare equals base.lt doesn't work. But the important thing to see is that line is doing something different than the following. Because Julia is not that easy compared to Python. Are you referring to the fact that I just said that everything is more complicated than I thought it has to be? Yeah, maybe that's related. I'm not really sure. Okay, so, I'm actually not sure how to proceed. I have no idea. I wanted to use a heap. Maybe we just sort a data frame, sort the array. So we just have an array of data frames and we just sort them every step. And then we have an array. So we sort the data frame based on priority, and we sort the array based on their individual priorities, and that's all we do. Screw it. We don't have to be like more complicated than that. I'm not following what you want to do. Okay, so what we're doing here is we have the set of exercises here: legs, mobility, arms, core, right? And then each of these have exercises inside of it, right? So the idea is that we want, crunches, planks, all this kind of stuff. So after we choose crunches, we want to drop its priority to 0 and just increase the priority of everything else. And slowly but surely, you'll see exercises that you don't do as often kind of float up to the top, right? And so we want to sort this, but then we also want to sort this entire thing in here. So what I was going to do was create a heap of heaps, right? And so the idea would be that you want to have it so all of the data frames, which have the data inside of them for all of the exercises, then, have some sort of priority for each row, and all of the rows then are sorted based on that priority. And then you sort all of the different types of exercises based on their individual priorities as well. So, yeah. So that's kind of where we're at. I think, yeah. It's not easy in Python either. You need to create a class and implement lesson. I think that's what we might have to do. I mean, like, honestly, even sorting, I think, is going to be complicated if you want to sort based on another row. So, like, for example, sort based on row for data frames Julia, for example. Sorting here. So, unlike R, Julia's data frame constructor expects the values in each column to be passed as a vector rather than a tuple. So let's see, categorical, rand, small ints, sort data frame based on column B. Yeah, actually, that's relatively straightforward. We can sort data frame based on this particular column. And that might just be the best way to go about it. We just sort the data frame, and then we sort. How do we sort an array? Sorting arrays, Julia. Sorting of arrays in Julia. I'm just fine. Let's just get it done. Like, it doesn't have to be super performant, and we can mention that. Okay, yeah, we could definitely use a more complicated sorting method, but who cares? So we want to sort an array based on the second row. That's what we want to do. Based on second row. Oh my gosh. For Pete's sake. Why? Come on. Oh, you didn't see what happened, but everything just broke just then. All right, 1 second. Let me go back up at the top here. Sorting arrays based on second row. Column. Sure. Julia. How you deal with the Julia type system, by the way, I found it to be the trickiest thing to deal with when trying it out. So the Julia type system's like one of the core tenets of Julia, in my opinion. So it's kind of like the type system is Julia in some ways. I don't really know exactly when you say how to deal with it, what you mean by that. But it's kind of like, yeah, I don't exactly know what you mean by that. If you could elaborate, I'd be more than happy. But essentially, like, that's the number one thing that you have to learn when you're switching to Julia. And, like, that's basically the only thing you need to learn. Maybe we need a genetic algorithm-based sorting system so the scheduler is based on fitness function. I think this is getting overkill. Let's just get this done. I'm screw it. We're not going to use heaps. What we're going to do here is we're going to do, we have select set, and we're not even going to, we've ordered everything. After everything is ordered, we should just, yeah, okay. We're just going to order everything here. I'm going to call it heapify, but actually we're going to find, this is just going to be update weights. Well, rather, I don't want it to be update weights. I want it to be, create, arrays, create superset. I'll call it superset. Yeah, it's nice. I like supersets. Okay. So we're going to add a priority to all of the sets. So we're going to say, for, set in, and I should be able to just do, core set, mobility set, arm set, leg set. And we are going to basically say, go down here and do, wait, what? Okay. We're going to say set.priority is going to be zeros of size of set of 1. Okay, so then we add the priorities, and then we're just adding zeros essentially here. So it shouldn't be too big of a deal. In fact, what we probably want to do here is add some sort of random component instead of zeros. So let's just do rand. And then we're going to sort based on those priorities. And then we can sort again by putting everything together. So here we're going to do sort, I guess, since everything's together, we're going to say for, yeah, no, we can just do it here. Sort, I think exclamation mark set. What was it? It was sort based on, where is it? Sort data frame based on priority. So let's see if that works over here. So we have core set. Now we're going to do sort exclamation mark core set, core set, and then let's try based on priority. Priority. Does that work? Seems to work. Perfect. Based on priority. Okay, totally fine. Now the next thing we want to do is we want to just basically add these all together. So now we're going to say the overall array is just going to be, what do we want to do here? I think it's going to be just a bigger array. So we're going to say superset is going to be equal to, we're just going to say a big array of, I guess I'm just going to do the following. Core set, and then rand. I think rand works. That doesn't work. Rand works. Let's add a push-up. Okay, so rand works, and then we're going to do, oh, no, I need this, and then that, and now we're going to move down, and we're going to do the same for the mobility set and all the other sets. So mobility set, and then rand, and then we're going to sort these guys as well. So let's do yank, paste, paste, change this to close that, and then we're going to do arm set, and leg set. And legs. Oh, for Pete's sake. Leg set. I had an array of zeros made with zeros of n, then tried to fill it with complex numbers. It didn't work since the array wasn't of type array complex 2, but of type array 2 in 64. Okay, right. I had to use an ugly convert. I would imagine, yeah, I think you have to do the convert. I think that's how you do it. Is the sorting algorithm a stable sort? It might matter for some edge cases for your problem. What is an unstable sort? Because I might just be dumb here. So now we're also going to sort that. So I'm going to sort here, superset, and then we need, I think, by, this is why I have this up, sort rows by X. The sort row takes by keyword that lets you do the following. So can we just do X of X2? Let's try that. By, well, in fact, let's just, okay, so we have the core set here, and that's equal to, well, okay, let's just mess around. Let's screw it. Let's just see what happens. So we're going to say by, and I think we can do by equals X pointing to X of 2. I think that'll work. And this should give us our superset, I think. So now we return superset. Okay, so let's see what happens if we try this really quick. So we're going to do, I think we're going to have to include the file again. Or we just open this up again and using swoleos. Okay. I was constructing a DFT matrix. Quicksort is not a stable sort. Okay. Sorry, I don't know what that means. I know it's stupid, but I really genuinely don't know what a stable sort means. The core set is equal to that. That's another error. 1 second. So we're going to do using CSV. Right and quit. VI source. VI swoleos. And now we have to do using CSV. CSV. Let's go over here. TS shots added a push-up. Going to add a push-up there. Okay, let's try this again. Core set. And now the next one should be the... we'll just kind of add these one step at a time. So core set, mobility set, all this kind of stuff. Data frame not defined. How's data frame not defined? Probably because I need to do using data frames. Perfect. Another push-up for that error. Perfect. Now we try it again. A 2 equal elements stay in the same order during a sort is equal to a stable sort. 2 equal elements stay in the same order. Oh, I see. Stable sort is sorting algorithm that keeps the equal elements in the same order. Okay, fair enough. I think that's fine. It doesn't matter in this case. A sorting algorithm everyone gave me the same one at the same time. I'm sorry. I appreciate the definitions. Thank you. So now we want to do mobility set. Mobility. Now we want to do leg set. 1 second. And then we want to do arm set. Okay, now we have the 4 of them together, and so I think we can just kind of put them together into the superset. Let's go into VI selection, and let's see where it breaks. So we should be able to do create swoleos dot create superset, and we should be able to read in core set, mobility set, arm set, and then leg set. Okay, and it should break. I'm assuming it's going to break. Okay, maybe it didn't break. It looks like we have priorities associated with each of these, although it is weird that the... Okay, there is something weird. Oh, no, this is actually fine. Okay, so this basically... So the hope is that if we run this again, we get a different set. So let's see what happens. Okay, we are getting something that's kind of different. Perfect. Okay, so it's moving around. So now if we do superset is equal to that, is equal to that, and now we do superset of 1, we get that, and superset of 1, and then I guess we do 1 colon, and then we get the first. That was not what I was expecting. Superset of 1, 1, and then do we have to do 1 colon? Why is it so confusing? Okay. Maybe this isn't the best ordering, but we have a way to get this to work now. And I'm relatively happy with that. Okay. Well, Tim Sort is insertion. Okay. So I'm gonna be right back. Just give me 1 minute, and then we'll go ahead and do the exercise. I've got 19 push-ups to do, and then we should be able to do the select set in the next hour. That's my goal. So create supersets. Kind of messy. I don't really like it that much, but fine. Whatever. I don't care about it too much. We'll kind of get it working. So give me just a minute. I'll be right back, and then we can move on to the reps for the next hour, and then we'll move on to the next bit. Okay. So yeah, give me just a minute. Okay, I'm back. Give me just a minute to mess around on my end, and then we will go and start the push-ups and go from there. So move this over here, turn this on, and I think maybe turn up the volume just a little bit, and then do the following. Perfect. Again, I wanted to do a mobility set, so just a stretch set this time, because honestly, I need to stretch. That is the truth. I need to do more stretching, and I'm bad at stretching. So, I'm really actually, like, one of my friends, you can probably hear me messing around with the microphone, and I do apologize for that. One of my friends was, like, super into, like, becoming, like, really flexible and stuff. I never was. I just never really got into it. Okay, so the microphone's down. Let me open up Twitch chat, and we should be good to go. What do we have? I missed something. Okay, you can specify the algorithm you want, and quicksort is used for the numeric arrays, while merge sort is used for other arrays by default. Interesting. 1 second. So I have this up over here. No, I don't want to update Twitch. Perfect. Okay, so I've got to do, I think, 20 push-ups. No, 19 push-ups. Unless someone gave me one just recently. They did. Okay, so 20 push-ups. It'll say 19, but I have to do 20 push-ups. So that's totally fine. So we'll do 20 push-ups, and then we'll do a stretch set. Again, just 5 minutes of exercise, and we'll get back to the programming. If you guys want to go along, again, we're going to do just 20 push-ups and then a stretch set. So, okay, let's go ahead and get started, because honestly, I really suck at push-ups. So, also, is there... 1 second. There should be... close. Okay, that should do. Yeah, there we go. I just realized I usually try to put on like some sort of weird music for the push-up set. Okay, 20 of them. Let's go. Oh, I hate push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so now for the 5-minute exercise, we are going to do a quick stretch set, which is just going to be, I guess we'll just walk through a couple stretches that I think are important, and we'll go from there. Thanks for the trophy, TS Joss. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start stretching in 3, 2, 1, and go. There is, however, one thing I'm going to do really quick. You'll probably see what I look like on screen. And I think I'm gonna move this over to the Everest says, a cinnamon roll wouldn't do push-ups, would it? Okay, so the first stretch I'm gonna do is just a basic, go down, touch your toes type of thing. For this stretch, a lot of people really focus on like the toe touching, which is important, but the main thing is just to really focus on your hamstrings and your lower back here. So I usually try to do this for like, I don't know, 10-20 seconds or so. And again, if you can't touch your toes, that's totally fine. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. It just depends. So then after this one is done, which will be done in like 3, 2, 1, I then usually like to do a split stretch. Just a typical, see how wide you can put your legs. This is actually really useful for a number of reasons. It actually helps my lower back to do this one a lot. So, 1 second. You just try to get in position. It's actually kind of hard to get in position for me. Maybe something like that, and then I'll hold it for 20 seconds. So again, if you get at home, these are always good stretches I try to do every day, but about 10 seconds. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch. Okay, now specifically because yesterday we did a lot of calf exercises. We probably want to do some calf stretches. So just kind of put your leg out like this. Should be able to see it on stream. And kind of move forward like this. And just hold that for like maybe 15 seconds or so. It helps if you're against a wall. You can see my hand is against a wall over here. That's really useful. So maybe 5 more seconds of this stretch. And good. Okay, next foot. I see we already have a push-up for next time. Loco Padre, thanks for that. So again, another 15 seconds. Well, 10 seconds. So we've already been holding this for 5 seconds. And 2, 1, good. Okay, so one thing that I didn't do last time, which I always do anyway, but I just never really showed you guys on stream, is I actually always do, these arm stretches here. So I just hold my arm out over here, for maybe 10 seconds or so. Which is especially useful for me since I'm doing push-ups recently. And then we hold it back over here. 1 second. And then, of course, I also do tricep stretches as well. Bring this up and around like this. And hold that for about 10 seconds. And then once that's done, you then hold the next one for about 10 seconds. Something like that should be good. And yeah. Oh, okay, the music is just screwing up. It's just not playing. That's fine. And that's about right. Okay, so another stretch that I do is usually actually a forearm stretch. So what exercise should I do in order to not look pregnant as a male? Basically anything. A good aerobic exercise is pretty good to do. So you hold it up, and then you hold it back down. This stretch is particularly useful for swimmers who do this a lot. You just kind of stretch your forearm up and down. You really want flexibility in this region, so that you can work your forearm muscles, and then again back here. And good. I will say, like, specifically with forearms, you can usually tell, like, how, I don't know if you can see it on stream or not, but you can kind of tell, like, how tense your muscles are just based on moving your fingers like this. And, like, you can see, like, if your muscles are really tense, it'll kind of, like, you can kind of feel them, that they need to stretch. One other thing I'm going to say before ending the stretching segment, is when you're doing the toe touching stretch, there's actually a little trick that I always do that people don't usually tell you, and it's just to do a butterfly stroke to get into the stretching position. Because, like, for example, if I'm just standing up and then I go all the way down, I actually can't go very far because my shirt is holding me back. So what I typically do is I actually will lift my arms up a bit and start with this butterfly pose, and then I go down, and then it actually allows for me to get much deeper. You could actually see there, I mean, I basically got a full, like, finger difference there, where I can go a lot deeper. That's something a lot of people don't do, and I don't know why. I guess maybe they just don't have the same shoulder span I do. But in the case that we have people here who do have large shoulders, which I presume we might, that's a good trick to keep it so your clothes don't keep you from being able to stretch. 1 second, let me get everything back into position, and we can start programming again. Put this up here, over there, and move this back over here. Okay, 1 second, guys. There we go. Drop it down again. And turn this off. All right, 1 second. Okay, should be good to go. Right, okay, so the next hour, we're going to try to figure out this function select set. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream for too much longer today, guys. So this next hour might be the last hour I can stream for today. We've already been going for over 2 hours, so I don't feel so bad about that, but we'll see. I can touch my knuckles to the floor, but I think that's just because I have short thighs. I've got really weird arms and like body positions and everything. Also, I need to clear this and then add one. So now I have one push-up for the next set. So, okay, my goal, hopefully by the end of the stream, is to basically get the select set function done and ready to go. It should not be too difficult since we're mostly there anyway. We'll just have to kind of knock it out in the next hour. In fact, we might be able to finish this out in like 10 minutes, honestly. And then we'll see what we need to do next. So once we get the select set done. Okay. So I think what I want to do is create a new function that's just called sort set. So in here, function sort sets, and in here it's going to read in the superset, and here, and we're just going to do what does the superset even look like? Superset. This is a type of superset. This is a vector of any. A is for an array of any one. Okay, so what I want to do is for set in, for I equals 1 to probably size of superset 1, so that's going to be along the columns, and here we're going to say for j is equal to 1 to size of I guess we want like a column. So we have an array inside of an array, right? So because of that, we want to do size of superset of I. Wait a minute. I, comma 1. Oh, I need to figure this one out. 1 second. Superset of I, comma 1 is going to be an error. Perfect. Wonderful. That's another push-up. 1, comma 1 is going to be, yeah, that's what I want. And so if I do size of that, it should give us 2. Yeah, because there's two individual components in there. Okay, perfect. So now we're going to do, let's see, for I is equal to size. So we're going to go through each of the sets. We have to sort the overall superset, and then we have to sort each individual set. So to grab the set, we should do I1. Perfect. No, actually, we should just be able to do the following. It should just be sort, 1 second, of superset of I, comma 1 based on priority. Okay. And then the next thing we need to do is down here. We just need to say, how do we want to do this? Sort, exclamation mark, superset, and then by equals x pointing to x of 2 for the second row. It's weird syntax, but I think that should work. So now in here, let's just make sure it still works as expected. So instead of putting the sort in here, we're going to comment that out, and we're going to comment this out. And then instead of return superset, we're actually just going to return sort sets exclamation mark superset. So sort sets exclamation mark superset. Oh, by the way, T.S. Jost, I did want to say, I just saw Tim's what is it, egg racing game or whatever it is on Twitter, which led me onto Steam, and I saw that you edited the video for it. Yeah, Accelerate. Pretty good. It looks good. So let's go ahead and include. Yeah, sure, that'll work. And now we have create superset, so we should be able to create superset is going to be equal to create superset. And now we're going to try to do sort sets of superset. And just make sure it runs. It gives us an error, which is great, wonderful. There's another push-up. No method matching sort, vector, any symbol. Okay, yeah, look good. I'm happy to see the game looks mostly developed. Are you gonna play it when it releases on March 30th? Is it available for Linux? That was the thing I couldn't find. If it's available for Linux, maybe. Oh, of course, yeah, maybe, yeah. I'm not sure if I'll play it on stream or not, but I mean, I'll probably buy it. In fact, I'll almost certainly buy it. Okay, so what was the issue here? It doesn't know set superset by equals chew. Gotta go. See Amorous. Thank you so much for coming in. Have a wonderful evening. And yeah, talk to you later. So now we have to sort this. So I think it doesn't like this guy in here. Which line does it not like? It doesn't like line 47. 47, which is here. Yeah, it doesn't like this line. So let me take a look at superset of I1. And I think what I might need to do... Oh, that's another error. 1 second. Should be 1, 1. And then it should be 1. Perfect. 1, 1, comma 1. Based on priority. Okay, let's try this again. We're going to include it. Now we're going to try sort sets. Okay, does that seem to work? It seems to be sorted. So let's try defining the superset again. 1 second. Here. And this is already sorted. So I'm going to control D from here. We're going to run Julia 1.6 project. And now we're just going to do... Of course it's already sorted because sort sets should be in there. Okay, so let's just run... I should just be able to run superset is equal to swoleos. No. No. Using swoleos. Alright, try this again. One step at a time. We'll get there. This... Core set not defined. Okay. How is core set not defined? Core set is not defined because... I haven't defined them yet. Yep, okay. No. Oh no. Okay, using CSV, data, frames. Alright, we're going to keep going. Core set. And we just have to define all of them, and then we can find the superset, and then we can go from there. Okay. So this will give us the first option, so we can select the set and update it, and then we can just select a set and update every time, and that should be totally fine. So we're going to do data frame. That seems fine. So now we're going to do mobility set here. Legs set there, and then arms set there. And now if we do superset is equal to that, we should get a sorted set. Yeah, everything looks great. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to do DD here, and now we just have to do the selection. And in the selection, I think I'm also going to create a new function in here, function, which is going to be called update weights. And in here, we're going to take in the superset. And how's this going to go? And here, I think what we're going to do is kind of the same thing we did here for sort sets. Instead of sorting, what we're going to do is each time we're going to add like some random variable as we go along. So we're going to say for. Can I just do that? So let's do core set of 1, and then we're going to do priority. Does that work? Okay, and we're going to do plus equals 1. Perfect. See username. Thank you so much for coming in. Have a wonderful evening. And yeah, hopefully see you around. So we're going to say for I is equal to 1 to size of superset of 1. And in here, we're going to do probably a superset of I, comma 2 is going to be plus equals some sort of rand variable. It doesn't really matter too much, just rand. And then we're going to say for each individual element, we're going to add something to it. So now we're going to say super for j is equal to 1 to size of superset of I 1 comma 1 Yes, this is really messy, but it is what it is. We're going to end in here. And then we're going to do... should be... Wait, is this right? Marco Dev, thank you so much for giving me a push-up. I will add that to the counter. We're now at 8. So now it should be, we have J. It's going through all of them. So is it superset, oh gosh, of I, comma, 1. Then we're going to grab 1. And then we're going to grab J, comma, colon, priority. Oh, this is messy. I hate this so much. Plus equals rand. There we go. And that should work just fine. I'm going to go over here. I'm just going to do include again. And then we're just going to try update weights. Update weights on superset. And see what this does. Oh, no. It'd also be helpful if you'd leave a review on Steam after playing it. Yeah, of course. Definitely. I understand how this is definitely useful for people. Attempt to access 4-element vector any at index that. So this is on line 47. So superset I of 2 plus equals rand. 4-element vector. Superset. What is superset? Superset of 1, 1 gives you that. Superset of 1, 2 gives you nothing. 1 second. Why is that giving me a bounds error? Oh, I see. Somehow it's appended to the end. How did I create the superset? So when in creating the superset, I said it's going to be the core set. Ah, I see. So I'm going to do 1 end. No, just end. No, what? Superset of 2? I'm confused. 2 superset of 1, 1, 1, 2. Really? Okay, that's fine. Oh, this is super messy. I hate it so much, but that's okay. Of I, 1. And then we're going to do... Oh, no. That was right before. This is the one I need to fix. Okay, so here we're going to do I there. And here we're going to do the same thing. No, but this is working before. I1. Superset of... What does superset of 1 do? Superset of 1, 1. How is superset of 1, 1 different than superset of 1? Are they the same thing? I guess that's fine. Yeah, okay, I understand what it's doing now. Yeah, okay, I understand. Yeah, right. Okay, so I understand why that was a problem before. Great. Okay, perfect. Let's just keep going. So the superset, we want superset of... Gosh. So for sort sets, are we sorting it correctly? We are saying superset, sort by x greater than x2. And that's fundamentally where we're in trouble, because this should be an array. No, because what we're doing right now is we're just appending rand. Yeah, okay, let's make this an array. That makes it easier, I think. I'm super confused here. Okay, so we have the core set. The core set is going to be like... It's going to be a set of data frames. And we have a 2-element vector. Okay, it was working before, I think. So it's a 2-element vector. Fine. I think this is what we want. It's a 2-element vector. Perfect. So if we do superset of 2, we should get superset of 1, comma 2. It doesn't work. Superset of... How does this work? Okay, is a vector of vectors. So we want superset of I1, which doesn't matter. We could just do superset of I2, superset of 1, 1. What does that give us? Perfect. So we don't need the ones here. We don't need it there. So if we do superset of 1 and then we do 2, Perfect. Okay, I think I'm understanding what we did here. It's a mess, and I'm sorry about it. So it's going to be plus equals rand, and we're going to superset of I, and then j priority, superset. We don't need the second one there. I think this is fine. Oh gosh. Size is superset of I1. Superset of... Yeah, we definitely want the 1 there. 2. Perfect. And then, yeah, okay, that's what I want. I think this is fine. Superset of I1. So we're going to sort superset. I think we just sort superset. No, sort superset of I1. That is correct. Okay, let's just see what happens if we just include this guy and we just mess around with it. So we're going to do create superset of course. Let's just mess around. I'm sorry. Superset is equal to this. Let's just do create superset. Just make sure that this still works. It seems to. It seems like everything's sorted just fine. 0.4. Yeah, everything seems fine. So now let's do update weights. Ah, of course it's an error. Perfect. Okay. So priorities of type symbol. So we're going to do superset of 1. And then we're going to do 1. And now we're going to do comma 1. Okay. 1. What is 1? So superset of 1 gives us those two. Superset of 1, 1 gives us specifically this guy. So now we're going to superset of 1, 1, comma 1, and then priority. Yes. Yes, that's what I want. Okay, so superset of 1, 1. Superset of 1, 1 gives us, yeah, okay, perfect. So now we got superset of I, 1. There we go. So now if we include this, and now we run update weights. Okay, let's take a look at superset. It looks like things were updated. Let's try it again just to make sure. Right, it looks like things are definitely being updated. So great, everything seems fine. So now we're able to update weights and we're able to select the top exercise. I think everything should be good to go. So now we just have to create the select set function, and we are slowly but surely getting there. Perfect. So what are we going to do? We know that we have to select a set, and we're going to worry about that in just a second. So 1 is going to be select set. The next thing is going to be updating weights. Weights, and then after that's going to be sorting. Okay, so we know how to do these guys. We just did them. So we're going to do sort sets here, and we're just going to read in the superset, and then updating weights. Again, we just did that one, so it's going to be update weights of the superset. Okay, so now how do we select the exercise? The exercise should just be the top comment. So it should be superset of 1, 1, 1, colon. Yes, that seems to work. Perfect. So the select set, I'm going to say set is going to be equal to superset of what was it? It was 1, 1, 1, and then colon. Oh, this is really ugly. I hate this so much. Okay, so we selected that. Now we need to update the weights. So clear weights of chosen set. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to do superset. Is being ugly an error? Could be. Superset of 1, 1, 1, comma priority is going to be equal to 0. And then the next thing we want to do is superset of 1, comma 2 is going to be equal to 0. So we're resetting those guys, and now we should, Deep Fusion, thanks for the push up. So now we should be able to, this should work in principle. We should select set, and then we should be able to select from the stuff that we wrote yesterday, the repetitions here. So we should just be able to do select. So reps. Reps are going to be equal to select reps of the exercise. So set here. And I think at the end, I'm just going to return reps. All right, let's see what happens. So we're going to include this guy. And now we're going to do, I think, select set on the superset. Oh, I need to read in the superset. Superset. Include. And now we're going to do select set on the superset. No. Okay, let's see what we got here. So how many push-ups am I on? 12? That's not bad for half an hour of work. No method matching convert to float dates.time. How do we have a dates.time? Convert to float string. Selection 1. Okay, good news. This is something we wrote yesterday, so it wasn't something we broke today. I just don't understand how we have a dates anything in here. Dates. No method matching convert to float dates.time. Okay, let's take a look at the superset. We have double unders for let me take a look at that file, because I think that file is giving us something weird. So let's go to VI exercises and mobility.dat, and it's jump rope for 1 minute, but it's reading it as 10 minutes? Let me just try reading back in mobility set. What's going on? I don't understand. Why is that reading that in as 10 minutes? Jump rope for double unders for 10... What? I don't understand what's happening. So 1 minute is actually being read incorrectly, but it's being read in as a date or a time? Whereas the other ones are being read in as strings? What? Why is it reading any of them in as time? Why is this one in particular being read in as a time, but the other ones are being read in as strings? Okay. How do I fix that? Because I wanted to have them all read in as strings. Should I just... I mean, I can just do this. It's still being read in as time. Okay. Okay. Well, I understand why he's being read in as a time now, which is great. Perfect. Diffusion, I think you just gave me another push-up. I'll go ahead and add that in. Okay. So, how do I make it read it in as a time instead of reading it in as a, or read it in as a string instead of a time? Right now, the solution is just to put something with, like reps first, and then it kind of goes back and forth. But maybe there's a better, there has to be like a more, can I convert, data frames, convert, read row as string? No, that doesn't make any sense. You can use data frames as type string. Okay, maybe that's what I do. Right quit. So what happens if we do... Okay, well, let's go back to what we had before, and let's just put this guy, DD, and paste that up here. Write that, go over here using mobility set, and now they're all set as times, and let me do... what do I want to do? 1 second. I need to think about this. I want to set df.asType string. So when I read this in, I read it in a CSV file. You know, maybe I just do this. Maybe I just don't worry about it for now, and I just mentioned this as an error that needs to be fixed. So let me just do include again, and let's do superset. Is going to be equal to create superset, and now we're going to do select set superset. Perfect. Convert no method matching. Convert to float in 64. Oh, come on. Okay, another push-up. Let's go into VI. Let's go into the README first, and let's just go down here. If the data frame is read in with a time duration as the first component, it will assume everything is a time, is a date, which breaks things. Just making sure I write that down because otherwise I'm going to forget. And let's go to VI selection and see what we have here. So convert to float, it didn't like the ints. Now what was an int to begin with? Convert to float string. No method mentioned convert to float int 64. What was an int? Oh, for Pete's sake. What is going on here? I think... I want to set a specific row to be a string. That's what I want to do. Where do we use difficulty? We use difficulty here. Can I just do... When I read in the core set, for example. Now, what's the one that's the issue? The issue here is the arm set now. So arm set here. And we can use df.asType string. Julia. Okay. So what I want to do is make it so a particular row is always read in as a string. That's what I want. Set row to always be string Julia data frames. Let's see what we have here. 1 second. Okay. I want to just make it so one row is always... What about set row type? Would that do it? Maybe set row type data frames Julia is what I'm looking for. Column type. Julia. I didn't realize that data frames were used in other languages. I thought this was like a Julia specific things. Convert column data type. Okay, what do we have here? Diff.int column will return a bit array column. So I can just do, assuming the column is called X, so we convert it to string. Okay, perfect. So I think that's what I want to do. We want to do in create superset. Where's that guy down here? I was already reading in core set and all this kind of stuff, but I think what I need to do is another thing here where we do find sets function, find sets. And this just reads in the core file. In fact, probably with create superset, I just want to read in the core files and stuff like that. So we're going to change these so it reads in core set, mobility set, stuff like this. So these are now going to be all files instead. File. And we're just going to read in all the files. And then we're just going to, oh, for Pete's sake. What happened there? Perfect. 1 second. File. File. And file. And let's just go down here and say core set. And we're just going to go over here and grab what we had before. Core set is equal to dataframes.csv.file. And we're going to do the same for the other sets as well. Okay, paste, paste, paste. DT underscore. Okay, now we're going to do mobility. Arms, legs, And same thing over here. Mobility, arms and legs. Legs, arms, and mobility. Perfect. Okay, so now we have all the sets. And what I want to do is I want to go through each set, and I want to basically set some of the columns to be strings, to always be read in as strings. That way we don't have to worry about any of this int nonsense. Basically, reps 0 and reps 10 should always be seen as strings. That's what I want to do. Okay, so what they're saying is df of exclamation mark colon is equal to convert Boolean. Does this work? Let's just try it. 1 second. Here. So they're going to do data frame. So this is going to be core set of 1 second. And this will be reps 0. This will be convert to string of core set of reps 0. Yeah, okay, seemed to work. So I guess we just do that for everything, for reps 0 and reps 10. So here we're just going to grab this line. And when we go through all the sets here, we're going to paste that in there. And instead of doing core set, it's just going to be set. And here it's going to be set as well. Okay, so that should work now. So if we include the file, and now we do create superset, we just have to read in the file names now. So it'll be create superset, and here we're going to read in exercises, maybe exercises, core set, core.dat, sure, exercises, 1 second, mobility.dat, exercises, arms.dat, and then exercises, legs.dat. Okay, and that should create the superset. It does not. Add another push-up, and let's actually mess this around so it is in the right order. Cannot convert object type int64 object of type string. Why can't you? Like, seriously, are you kidding me? What's your issue? It's type int64. Like, how can you not convert that to a string? Okay, so let's try the arm set. Because before I did this with the core set, and so this, we're going to replicate the error now with the arm set. Here, arm set. So this will give us the same error. And this is probably just because I don't understand the Julia syntax, right? Like there's probably something wrong going on here that I just don't know. So let's see, what do we have here? In some params found the function parse. Data from set column is equal to pass missing parse is convert to Boolean. Like, okay, we're gonna run into a lot of issues here when like. So how do we just like? I just want all the files, using data frames. Set all columns in data frame to be string Julia. Let's see what we have here. Okay, string. Not what I need. This is not what I need at all. I should have known. I really should have known. Nope, that's Python. There. Let's see what we got. Wow, this doesn't help either. Maybe if I, so even int, how do we turn an int to string? Int to string Julia. The problem is some of these won't be ints, but fine, whatever. It's just string of a. So instead of convert to string, we want to do, we're gonna just do string. Yeah, we just want to do, string there, and that should do it. I think. Yeah, let's see what happens. Write this, go over here, include. I'm also going to have to do the same for reps 10. So let's go ahead and add that in there right now. right, disk over here, include. Now I was going to try to do create superset. Perfect. Okay. Number of the matching set index, data frame string. Close the candidate, so set data frame any integer. Where's this broken? It's on line 80. Yeah, okay, I thought that would be the line. I just had to make sure. Okay, that's fine. We'll just keep working on it. It doesn't like this. I honestly just don't know how to do this. All I want to do is make it so the data frame is always a string. Like, this shouldn't be hard. Like, this should be relatively straightforward. But I don't understand how I'm supposed to do it. Should I... Like, why is it sometimes being read in as a... Why is it sometimes being read in as a string and sometimes being read in as an integer? I don't understand. Like, for example, the core set here, it's all perfect. It's string, string, but the arm set is not correct. It's string, int, 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 but it should be string, 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 int, float. Okay, probably because there's no duration exercise in the arm set. Okay, that would explain it, I think. Because there's no duration exercise in the arm set, so it sees that all of them are ints, so it can just read them all in as ints. Okay. That's not too bad. Okay, I can kind of understand why it's doing that. So read CSV to data frame in Julia. Perfect. I want to just do CSV.row, values, print line, row. Reader parameters, CSV.read. Can I just... I did not think this was going to be so challenging. I thought it was going to be relatively simple, but apparently I'm like, we were so close. We're like this close, but we're not quite there, right? So, let's see. I'm going to have to... I have no idea. I just need to change the int64s to strings. That's what I need to do. And I have no idea how to do that. So the heaps didn't work. Pretty much everything we're trying to do has failed today. And that's okay. Like, that's fine. Let's see. Converting integer to strings, strings, conversion and promotion, strings in Julia. Okay, let's just do... We know int to string. That's easy. It's just string. So maybe we just do arm set of colon rep 0 is equal to string. I'm pretty sure this is going to break of arm set colon rep 0. It needs to be dot equals. Yeah, can I convert object type string to an object type int64? Right, so what it's trying to do is we've converted it to a string, but that particular row is all set to integers. So we want to just convert, column to string, data frames, Julia. See if we can find anything. Because I think I just Googled this and I didn't find anything. Okay, this is the opposite of what we want, but maybe it's close. Data frames replace. I have no idea. Data frames map. You know, you'd expect this to... this is the thing, you know, you just expect this stuff to be simple, but it never is. Okay. Convert column data. Sure. Convert column of data frame to a string. That's exactly what we want. Is it a Google Groups, which does not bode well. Let's see. I have vector that's L type is float 64. It's vector. Is that gonna work? UTF-8 string. string x for x in df of a? Oh, no, that'll just return all the strings, but you don't want to return all the strings. You want to transform all of the data in that row to be strings. So I guess what we want to do is, instead of setting it equal, we probably want to do that? No. That's okay. Now method matching set index. I want to set this equal to that. Syntax not supported. Okay. No method matching set index closes to candidate. Oh, for Pete's sake. Oh, I'm at 20 push-ups again. Dang. That's okay. Let's see, what do we have here? No method matching set index, string, type of, close candidates are integer. What am I supposed to do? I could just make sure. Okay, I'm just gonna do something dumb here. Just to get this working for now. $, if no duration is present in exercises, data frames, assume that the column is for integers and things break. Okay, whatever, screw it. I'm just gonna, for now, we're just gonna get it working, and we're gonna figure out these things later. Arms.dat. Let's just do arm hold. And this duration is gonna be for, on the low end, 1 minute. On the upper end, 5 minutes. Difficulty 5. Okay, now we're gonna do include, and now we're gonna do superset. It's gonna be create superset. That seemed to work okay this time. Everything's fine. Everything's okay. I'm gonna fix the legs as well. Exercises legs.dat, and here we're gonna do what is it? Chair pose? Chair pose. And it's gonna be for 1 minute, 5 minutes, 5. Okay. So as again, include superset, and now we're gonna do select set superset 105. Okay, it is working. I think it's not working. vi select.jl. So we selected sets, and we chose it to be that. What we want to do also is, we probably just want to return the set. That's probably what we want to do here. Set. So we selected the set, then we said we reset the priorities. So let me check the superset now. Okay, interesting. I'm just gonna add an exclamation mark to this because I feel like it. We're gonna write that. And what are we gonna do next? Thanks for the push-up. I'll go ahead and add that in. Okay. So we have the superset. We've selected the superset. So we're gonna go here, include, and now we're gonna do select set exclamation mark. This gives us double unders. Okay, so everything is changing, but for some reason, maybe the update weights isn't working. Superset. So we do update the weights. Sorry. Superset. Priority is 0. 6, 6, 6, 6. Why is the sorting not working? Maybe the sorting's not working. Oh, the sorting is definitely not working. Perfect. Okay. Well, that explains something. Okay. So we're getting there. Like, step by step, we're almost there. Okay, so let's try sort. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I see what's happening. it's putting the lowest one first. We want to sort the other way. Sort by highest value. So I think if we do, I see what's happening. So, oh, for Pete's sake, of course I need Julia. All right, try that again. And now we're going to sorting and related functions. And I think it's like base by ref equals true. Okay, let's see what happens if we do that. Okay, and now we're also going to do that in here, I believe. Okay, include. And now let's just try sorting sets. Did that work? Sure. Okay, so now let's try select sets. Select sets again. Awesome, we are changing. We have bicycle crunches, chair pose, push-ups, jump rope, lunges. Awesome, it seems to be working just fine. Let me go ahead and commit what we have, because this is working. It's buggy, as it's incredibly buggy, but we are selecting between exercises, and it seems to be working okay. So let me go ahead and do. So this time, when we select our exercise, because we're about at the hour anyway, we can select the exercise from swoleos.jl. So let's cd backer directory. Ls here. Git status dot git commit dash m. Git add dot git commit dash m. 1 second. Yep, I'm good. Adding a functional but buggy version of exercise selection. All right, perfect. Git push origin master. Did I get another push up? No, I'm okay. Okay, good. Okay, so that seems to be working. Pretty happy with that. So now the next thing we need to do is 1 second. So we have the selection of the exercise. The last thing we need to do, cd to source, is here. VI selection. We need to do select reps. So we're going to grab something, select set squats, and then we're going to do select. So we want to do set is equal to select set of superset. All right. Double unders, I can't do that one, unfortunately. Bicycle crunches, we already did. Chair pose, we could try chair pose. I don't know. Yeah, we can try. Why not? I actually don't. Well, arm hold. Lunges, let's do lunges. That sounds fun. Now we're going to do select reps of set. And that gives us 110 lunges to do. So that's what we're going to do. We'll do 110 lunges, see if we can do that in 5 minutes. Seems reasonable, I think. 110 sounds a bit long. Yeah, maybe a bit long. But it's probably fine, right? We'll see. So probably the way I'll split that up, since the 110 is probably 40, 30, 40. It's probably how I'll split it up. Okay, but now I need to cash in for the 20 push-ups I have for this hour. Actually, 21 push-ups. Thank you, Pink Emma. And good. I think we have a working prototype. Again, there's a lot of bugs that we need to kind of work out, but we have a working prototype. So we'll do our lunges, we will do the 20 push-ups, and then we'll be good to go from there. Again, guys, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, ideas, anything that you want to talk about, feel free just to leave it in chat. I'm going to switch over to the workout screen for a bit. We're going to do the 20 push-ups, we're going to do the lunges, and then we're going to move back to the programming. Honestly, I think maybe we won't be doing too much more programming. We're gonna talk about where to go from here more than we will be doing programming after the workout set. Just because I think this is probably a good place to wrap it up. Having like a semi-working version of this is pretty good, I would say. So that's where we're at. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Give me just a second. And yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna turn that music off. Go over here. Maybe we're gonna try this. Sure, why not? Hopefully it works. Do this up there. And go to the screen over here. Let me move the microphone around. Oh. Well, never mind. This happens every time. I just have to move it around the chair, but apparently I can't do that because I'm bad. Okay, let me open up the tablet. Turn on the light. Whoa. Oh gosh, okay, so 20 push-ups again, because you guys rock. And hello. I should be able to see chat. Perfect. 24-hour stream when? That was from a long time ago, I think. Yeah, okay. Good, so I should be up to date on chat. I'll go ahead and do the 20 push-ups, and then we should be able to move on to the lunges. Wonderful. I'm just kind of happy it's working. So we have a bit more left to do. But it's like, you know, we're so close to getting it finished, and I'm pretty happy about that. Okay, so 20 push-ups. I'm probably going to do 2 sets of 10 because I suck at push-ups, and then we'll go from there. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, one more set of 10. Whew. Oh, I'm really bad at these. 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so now on for everyone else's exercise, which will be lunges. The idea here is that we're going to do 110 lunges, because that's what it selected at a difficulty of 5. And I'm going to do 40 lunges, take a break, 30 lunges, take a break, and then we'll do 40 more lunges, and that'll be 110 total. A nice workout music? We'll see. I just picked something. 1 second. Gotta move the microphone one more time. Maybe this over here. Microphone here, maybe? Might be a little bit quiet, but I think it should be okay. Okay. Hello, sir. How are you? We just got everything working. I'm actually pretty excited about it. So again, for those of you guys who are joining at home, we're gonna do a set of 110 lunges. Let me move the camera around, maybe. Perfect. Okay, so we're gonna do a set of 110 lunges. It'll be, what is it? It's 40, 30, 40. Okay. Give me a second to reset the clock. This is probably a really bad idea. Like, we just arbitrarily set it, but that's okay. All right, I'm gonna go in 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I missed something. 13, 14, 15, you have soreness. 17, 18, 19, 20, favorite fitness streamer. 21, 22, 23, 24. Oh, why does the music keep stopping? 25, 26, 27, I'll fix it in a second. 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, gosh, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. Holy cow, this sucks. Let me fix the music. Why does it keep not... Maybe I need to refresh? 1 second. Try it again. It can't find any music for some reason. So I'm just gonna go back to my other music. You guys are gonna have to deal with it. Okay, so this actually sucks a lot more than I thought it was going to. Apparently, 100 lunges is hard. Wow. Okay. So now we're gonna do a set of 30. We're gonna go in about 10 seconds, and then we have a set of 40 after that. Oh gosh. Montgomery modular multiplication. I was working on that the other day, and I suck at it. Okay. Ready? Go. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20 more, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, halfway there, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, oh my gosh, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. So we'll have one set of 40 left after that. Whew. What do we have here? Who's joining, by the way? I don't know if anyone's actually joining me with a workout or not. But man, oh man. Set of 40. So we'll go and 30 seconds for that. I think 110 lunges in 5 minutes was probably not the best selection. I don't know who arbitrarily set that, but that was me. Alright, we'll go again in 15 seconds. Again, this is set of 40. We're almost done. These are not supposed to be hard. They're not supposed to make you sweat. It's supposed to just be like, here's a light exercise to do in 5 minutes. So I think my calibration was all wrong. Alright, ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1/10 of the way there. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, all right, 20, halfway there, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. Oh gosh. I hate lunges. Jeez. Okay. That's fine. 1 second, I'm just gonna sit down for just a second and catch up on chat. How's everyone doing? I hope you're doing well. Oh my word. Bolster, did you join for the lunges or not? I think I got too fat. I can't do that many lunges. Oh boy, I learned I can't do that many lunges. I arbitrarily set like 100 for a difficulty of 5 because I was like, surely, someone is doing lunges appropriately. They can do 300 lunges in 5 minutes. No problem. That is not true. Whoever told you that really needs to think about what they're doing with their life. Oh, jeez. Okay, give me just another minute and then we'll get back to the regularly scheduled programming. Oh, boy. Anyway, how's everyone doing? I hope you're having a wonderful time. I don't know how I'm supposed to sit here to make this at all, reasonable for everybody. But anyway, putting up the shelves today. Cool. Okay. Time to get started. So I'm gonna put this up here, and give me just a second to reset the scene and everything else. And, oop. Okay, give me just a second, guys. Okay, I should be back. Oh, I have to change the... There you go, perfect. Well, not perfect, but that's close enough. Okay, so we're back to coding. And we have a prototype. Against all, all belief. We have a prototype. Yes, you did miss the push-ups. Party Dip did add another push-up, so I have one more push-up in the queue. But you just missed the push-ups. I did them just before the lunges. So, okay. Yeah, I'm happy enough. We have a prototype. It allows for us to select between different exercise. And if you look at it, it's actually doing pretty well. If you do select set for superset, it does something for mobility, then it does something for abs, arms, legs, and it mostly rotates through them. It seems to work just fine. I'm actually kind of astonished that it's working, all things considered. So at this point, what do we have? Let's go ahead and write and quit here. Oh, and let's take a look at what we have left to do. Also, I think I've already been streaming for 3 hours. I don't want to like totally exhaust my stream stamina, so I might just kind of talk about what we need to do next. And then I'll think about what we're like, not actually do it. Like we might do it tomorrow. Like we might queue up stuff to do tomorrow is the thing. Okay. So where's this going? First of all, we have the ability to select between different exercises of different groups, and it works pretty well. So the selection process is basically done, right? Now the question is, basically, do you want to select 8? Do you want to select 16? Do you want to select 100? How many do you want to select and win? And that's totally fine. So this is basically done, I would say, which means we're very close, almost done. There's some small scale things to do, but it's close enough to being done. So now the question is, where do we go from here? And that's a good question. It's something that, since we have people online right now, I'm going to ask to you guys, what do you guys think? I was thinking, hear me out, as a beta test for all of so as a beta test, we could come back on Saturday, okay? And we could just basically do all of them, like all the exercises. Basically tomorrow we come back on stream and we try to figure out, kind of which exercises are good, which ones are bad, all this kind of stuff. And then we just come in for a workout stream on Saturday. And we just kind of like knock out as much as we can. Just kind of like go through, work through all the kinks, see, is this exercise viable in 5 minutes, all this kind of stuff. And I think what I'd like to do is I'd actually like to give Twitch chat like options to kind of mess things up a little bit, just kind of make it a little bit more fun. So obviously you have +1 push-up, but you could also do other things. Like for example, you could shuffle the exercises, for example. You could also increase the priority or increase the difficulty of the exercise, right? Of the next exercise in the queue and all this kind of stuff. Is this something that people would be interested in potentially taking part in? Just like a workout hour with simuleos? Or maybe I'm misreading the audience here. Maybe people aren't particularly interested in that. The reason I find this interesting, if I'm being totally and completely honest, is because I could imagine an April 1st video for April Fool's Day, which is just like, Twitch chat made my workout or something like that. Twitch chat workout or something. I can imagine that being a decent video that people would enjoy watching, And it's a combination of the Swoleo stuff plus the Twitch chat stuff. Are there weights? Unfortunately, I was hoping to keep it all body weight exercises. Not that weights are bad, it's just that most people don't have weights at their house, so that's what I was thinking. It sounds good, but I can't do a lot. I think the idea wouldn't be that you do a lot. Like, you don't have to do exactly what I do. It's that, like, we figure out what the minimum reps and maximum reps of each of these sets are supposed to be. So it's just a beta test, essentially. So, like, for example, you guys could tell me I have to do a difficulty of 7, for example. Or you could up it to 8 or drop it down to 6. I don't know, whatever. But the point is I have to do some difficulty, and you guys at home do whatever difficulty you want. It doesn't have to be the same difficulty. But it's related. And so we can set like a minimum threshold and a maximum threshold. And, we want to make it so when people, start with a difficulty of 5, that should be roughly what people are comfortable with, Well, maybe not people, I don't know, but that would be the idea. Outside of that, the only other thing I think we have left to do, really, in order to get something that is working, is the population of the exercises. We just have to figure out what exercises we can do, and stuff like that. So, and the setting of the difficulty. No, that's already done. Setting of difficulty is already done. Okay, that seems fine. So what I'm probably gonna want to do is create some filters in. That's good. So I need to create a few more functions, and I'm just gonna write this in the README, because otherwise, again, I'm just gonna forget. This over there, perfect. Also, this new microphone setup it's not exactly ideal. Okay, cd backup directory, vi readme. Okay, so here's things that I need to do for stream. Things to do for exercise stream. The number one thing I need to do is, you know how we spent a little bit of time creating a push-up counter? I need to basically update push-up counter. Update push-up counter to also show next exercise. And then also the other thing I need to do is create a Julia script to quickly change. Just a quick, how about Julia macros? Macros to quickly change. Change things on the fly. Like difficulty. Ah, come on. Fly. Like difficulty. And shuffling. Okay, so I think that's all we need to do, and I think we can get that done tomorrow. I think that's a good, maybe 2-hour block of things that we could do. I'm relatively happy with that. Who's this Julia that keeps coming up on screen? I'm so confused. It's a programming language. Just for people who don't know, it is the programming language that I've been using. Jeffter, thank you for adding a push-up. Okay, so I think that's good. I think this is a good idea. Okay, but what do you guys think? Do you think that... I mean, Folster said that they're in. So, you know, if it's just me and Folster, that's totally fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. Worst case scenario, you know? My hope is that some people join in. And, you know, what I was going to do, and this might sound a little bit weird, I was maybe going to do a kind of 3-strike thing. So, like, the stream basically continues. It's fine. They're meant to be in 5-minute chunks. It's meant to be like a 5 minute of exercise, 2-minute break, 5 minutes of exercise, 2-minute break, or something like that. So the stream ends... either when 1, everyone's bored, so boredom, or 2, I get 3 strikes. Okay, I think this is how I want to do it, 3 strikes. And the way I get a strike is basically if I'm unable to complete an exercise in 5 minutes, I will get a strike. And I think that's how we could do it. So like, for example, you know, if I have to do 200 lunges in 5 minutes and I can only do 100 of them, let's say, then I get a strike, you know? And so you guys have the option to increase and decrease the difficulty of my sets. So if you want the stream to end earlier, you can just increase the difficulty a lot. If you want to end it later, you can decrease the difficulty a lot. And I might do something like that. Since it is kind of a beta test, I don't mind going for a bit longer so we can test things out. I'm not sure how long the stream will go, because quite frankly, I can usually go for a while. So I'm pretty sure we could... like, it could be like an hour, or it could be like 3 hours, or it could be like 30 minutes, just really depending on what people want. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to, I'm going to try it out. I think this will be good for a quick Saturday or Sunday stream. Well, maybe not quick, but a Saturday or Sunday stream, just to beta test it. And we'll see if people are into it. Maybe they're not, maybe they are. So that's what we need to do tomorrow. So we need to implement the shuffling. We need to implement the difficulty. We need to implement the appending of the next set onto the counter at the bottom. And then we need to do one more thing. Select all the different sets that we can do. I think that's a good set of things to do for tomorrow. And again, we've been streaming for 3 hours already today, so I think it's probably a pretty good place to wrap up for now. Again, it was a quiet day, but it's good to have quiet days like that. We'll be back tomorrow to finish up, I think actually finish up Soleos. Like, yeah, there's still bugs. We know about those bugs. But honestly, for the purposes of the stream, which is what we're probably going to be using it for, I don't mind if there's a few bugs in it. I think it's kind of okay. Yeah, I don't really mind it too much. Maybe I should mind it, but I really don't. Yeah. Okay. So I think that'll be it for now. Again, we've been streaming for about 3 hours. Let's see who we want to raid at the end of stream. We have we could raid Oh Bother. It's been a while. Tia Supervisor. I just now read your name. I know it's Supervisor, but like for some reason I always read it Supervisor without the D-visor. Okay. Let's raid Oh Bother. I feel like it's been a while since we raided Oh Bother. Actually, Tim has a new game coming out soon. Maybe we should raid Tim. Is Tia's Jaw still in chat? Probably not, but let's go and start the raid on Tim. Raid. Tim, Beaudet. Yeah, let's start the raid on Tim. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming in. Have a wonderful day, night, afternoon, morning, evening, whatever time it happens to be your time. And I will see you guys around next time for the next episode of Simuleos, where we hopefully finish up the Soleos program. We might do it on Saturday instead, but we'll get it done pretty soon. And yeah, we'll just go from there. Thanks again, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.